This is a room for Rory because I guess he likes to get dragged sometimes. So I would like Rory to take control. I will assist you as best as I can.
Control.
Are you and I don't like that you're kink shaming. Like if I like to get dragged, that's just my thing.
No, I like to get dragged in the bedroom, not in public social media spaces. That's just
I
my
don't
thing.
I still don't really get why I was dragged. I don't think
I
my take was that wild at all.
I don't think so either, Rory. But was I laughing at you? Even though I
Oh,
agreed, yes.
I was too. I did
um,
find out I was white. That's what I found
yes,
out after
that made me
all of
giggle.
those responses.
So yeah, the floor is yours. I will not remove any. I will let you just. You want someone to stay, you stay. If you don't know how to kick someone out, I will do it for you. But I'm not doing anything but being here
Cool.
and giving my little 2 cents.
Well, we recorded yesterday, and of course that shit dropped at midnight, and we're in DC, and then pre-recorded our Monday episode. So I felt like Maul and I had to do an emergency spaces because we won't be back in the studio for a minute.
Was it
But
an emergency? But okay.
it's definitely an emergency. But also, is it? Because I don't think this is gonna go the way it went for Control. Like I think Kendrick now is actually gonna have to deal with replies, and there's plenty of ammo against him. So I don't see why I was killed for that take. Kendrick is not bulletproof, and Control was completely different because he kind of sort of shot at everybody, but it was like friendly competition. I still agreed with most of the rappers not replying to that shit. Like, I'm gonna reply because you said you want to be better than me. It's different now. Like Kendrick can't hide behind shit when you're shooting that direct and shooting out of fucking nowhere. I know there was subliminals and shit, but Cole and Drake just going on tour together, pissing you off, and you hopping back outside just to do your same trick for the third time. I like it. I'm happy. I want rappers to beef and rap again, but I don't know. I think he's the most vulnerable he's been. You put out the big stepper shit after 5 fucking years, then you're quiet again, and then you just hop on some Metro Boomin shit to get messy.
Don't do that. First person shooter mode was a response to him.
How?
Come on.
Yes, he mentioned he made a little line about he's gonna clean up all the steppers. Like, I feel like there's such a double standard, for some reason when it comes to this situation that Cole could be on a song while uh Drake takes little digs at him. Yes, they're little, but it's still a dig. It's like fuck all y'all, and I'm gonna come after all of you, even if we're like cool. Like he takes little digs. Kendrick takes little digs, and Kendrick decided not to take a little dig this time. I don't understand. I don't understand the problem, and I think he is smart with his rollout. Like he put himself in the algorithm, so if he wants to drop more music and all that stuff, I think it was smart. And you don't know how long. Well, maybe you do because you maybe have insider trading, but of how long this verse has been there.
I actually have no clue at all. But knowing Kendrick and how smart and calculated he is, there's no way he hopped outside like that and doesn't already have a bunch of shit pre-recorded ready to go. But I also feel the same way about Drake. I think Drake has a whole hard drive full of shit that he's been sitting on for years, waiting for this moment, waiting for Kendrick to stop with this like boogeyman, like behind the scenes. Like he's not the boogeyman, and he has played us all as fans for this long. Like everyone is like terrified of Kendrick Lamar. Drake shot directly at him on that game verse, directly at him. And then we got nothing but like a few subs and ad libs from Kendrick. I just don't think, as much as I love K. Dot, I think he's a legend. I love his discography. I don't think he's this big bad rapper that everybody makes him out to seem. And I don't think Drake or Cole are scared of him whatsoever. I think they've been waiting to be able to say what they want to say about Kendrick playing this hide and seek game. Like the Mystique shit is going to rub off now that he has to come outside and directly speak to them. That's all I'm saying.
Anyone could step up. Please try to talk one at a time and not cut people off.
I don't think he's gonna respond, Rory. Kendrick, I'm saying.
I think Kendrick has records ready to go now. I think there's
I
a
agree
world where
with
he
you
does a
there.
back-to-back thing this weekend.
I agree that he has records ready, but I think he's gonna kind of let them go. Like, leave it up to them.
Rory,
Like,
do
he's
you
not gonna.
think
You think he's
that
gonna follow up before they say anything?
Say it again.
Okay, so when you want to speak, put your hands up and I'll call your name so we can have some organization.
Yo, you know what's actually really funny and ironic? Somebody just texted me because I brought up the Game Drake record, which is fire. That is one of those verses that Quentin Miller did right. I do remember that. So the direct shot at Kendrick on a Game record, when the video was also in Compton, was written by Quentin. So that is damn Drake. You might be down one now.
Infinite would like to say something.
Peace, Rory. But my question is this: if he responded to Pusha, don't you think he gonna respond to him?
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, I feel like I feel like it's a balance because at the end of the day, like if you really been paying attention, like really a student of it, you can tell that Kendrick and Drake been going at this shit for years. So like I feel like he ain't just gonna sit there and just let that just take. He ain't gonna take that shit up the chin, honestly.
Drake is the only battle tested one in this entire scenario. Also, Drake has been through every embarrassing moment. We know every nasty thing about him. He survived the world knowing he got a BBL. Like, Drake is in the best position here. He's been through this, and there's really not much you can say about him anymore. Like, that gossip shit won't go too far at all at this point. Like, what don't we know about anytime he DMs a girl, we find out about it. Like, we know who Drake is as a person, flaws and all. The edge Push had at the time, I just don't think is here anymore. Like, even if Drake had another secret baby, we'd be like, all right, man, okay, cool. Yeah, we know he has a BBL. We know sometimes he gets caught DMing 14-year-olds. Like, there's not really much. He's kind of Teflon. How do you go? What, are you just going to out-rap him?
I feel like at this
Prime.
point, oh,
No,
I
go
ain't
ahead.
mean it.
Go
No, I
ahead.
feel
Go
like
ahead.
I'm not. I apologize, but I feel like at this point, I feel like it comes to that point because at the same time, I feel like that's where this is that moment because like everything is coming everywhere. So I feel like it's about that time where people can show their lyrical ability. I feel like Drake can really do that at this moment because it really don't matter about he say she say because Kendrick Lamar don't have any dirt. So I feel like Drake gonna have to come with that lyrical ability to show that
Well,
he's like that.
we don't know that Kendrick Lamar doesn't have a bunch of dirt. I'm not putting anything on his jacket,
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't say that.
his mystique, I think, is his disadvantage
You
because
got a
I'm sure
point. You got a point.
there's plenty of things that, like, he has that squeaky clean image. Like, the only thing that we've really seen, and it's kind of weird that battle rap has really gotten to this point, but I mean, it is still a sport, so that gossipy shit does work. Up until Mr. Morale, he had the cleanest image ever. Then we found out he was fucking mad bitches on tour, and like that's what's on his jacket now. And like, I mean,
A white bitch in
I ain't gonna
Copenhagen.
lie.
yeah,
I did
and
not
I mean,
know
like,
that,
I don't
son.
know if you're transphobic. His auntie is a man now. Like, he still has a squeaky clean image, and every human being has some nasty shit, no matter who you are. And I think that puts him at a disadvantage because even if it's just a little tiny bit of information, it's going against Kendrick, who we know to be a saint. So it's going to hit even fucking crazier. You can say any nasty shit about Drake now, and it's not going to hit the same because it's like, yeah, we already know. That's who he is. Kendrick, on the other hand, a little jab might sound insane if you reveal some type of information about him.
Prime.
Thank you. Rory, I hear what you're saying, but I think also when it comes to art, when it comes to rap, and when it comes to disses, it's not just the facts of the matter, the things that are to be known. Like, a movie isn't about just what happens, it's how the story is told. And so it's about the quality of the storyteller who can not just like wind the facts together into a point or a narrative, but who could also maybe like wind whatever facts are told about them into a grander narrative, into a different idea or story, or subsume those critiques in a way that allows them to like keep moving forward. Um,
I think the simplicity of this is what does better from the 90s. Like, even if you look at Hove and Nas, like, they dumbed down both of their lyrical abilities during that battle to just give you facts of shock and awe. Like, Hov did a cool verse breaking down that Nas only had one hot album every 10 years, shit. Like, that was cool. But it was condoms on the baby seat, and then it was Nas saying you're fucking ugly, dick sucking lips. Like, even our goats go about it that route when it comes to battles. So I hear you, but if Kendrick gives some long narrative and like starts to tell us that Drake has exploited people in his career and took people's styles, like that, we know he could tell the best autobiography of Drake and Cole right now, and we'd be like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, because subs are, to your point, Rory. Subs work when it's not time to jump out.
Yeah.
When everything's on the table and we're past the point of like, did you catch the third line in the second verse? Like, it's just, now it's to Rory's point. You simplify it and just take a direct shot. Like, it's not hide in the bushes. It's called the drone strike at this point.
I think the masters are able to do what I'm saying way more simply than like the way that I'm putting it, because I can't. But like, Ether isn't just about him calling Hove ugly. We remember those lines and stuff, but overall, all of those little lines together added up to like, you don't fucking belong here, you ignorant Negro. Like, that's what he did with Ether. I'm black, by
I
the way.
might get crucified for this, but at the same time,
Okay, that was
I
an
think
accident. No, that was an accident on my part. I don't know why some people are on requested. I'm trying to bring them up as speakers, and I think I removed someone. Maybe that was to make someone else a speaker. I'm sorry about that. Come back up. Go ahead, finish, Brian.
I'm cool, but I'm good. But thank you.
You're welcome, Travis. Sorry about that. Who was that?
You good? Hey, for me, I'm just like, ain't this just hip hop? Like,
Yeah.
kind of, who cares? Like, Kendrick stepped up. He threw shots at Cole. He threw some shots at Drake. Like, as consumers, we're gonna win. Like, let them. Isn't that like? Maybe I'm old school, but I grew up in the '90s and the early 2000s, and every rapper would step up whenever they felt like it and throw shots. Like, throw a shot at whoever is the best, and let's just see where this lands.
That's why we're in the room. Completely agree with you. I'm here to speculate in the meantime while we wait to see for a response. And I'm just on the
Can
side
we be honest about the verse, though?
Yeah, but I also feel like, oh shoot, I think I cut you off, Mo. I'm sorry.
Can we be honest about the verse, though? That's all I'm waiting for.
What about it?
Like, was it that?
It was a good warning shot. It was a direct warning shot to two of the greatest rappers that we've seen.
Yeah. So am I? So am I wrong for saying that Kendrick showed his hand?
No,
I don't.
This is just
No.
beginning.
Yes.
Before you guys continue, I do have to remove people to let other people up. So once you are done speaking, you'll be removed so more people can come up. But if you would like to finish your thought, Ma, go ahead. Hi, Ma.
What's up? Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just looking at it from a different angle, I guess, than everybody else is. But I didn't think it was that, like the MJ Prince bar. Okay, that wasn't that crazy. But aside from him going at Drake and Cole, like, what is there to really talk about with this moment?
It's literally about that.
It's setting the tone. It's
moment.
Forcing their hand. It was like, again, control. Everyone kind of could find a way out of that entire thing because us as the fans gassed that entire moment with all the memes and everything on Twitter. If you look back at that control verse, Kendrick was just saying, yo, I love you guys, you're my peers, but I want to be better than you guys. It wasn't like a call for a diss. This, on the other hand, Drake and Cole look fucking nuts if they don't reply to this. I'm not saying Kendrick's verse was all that, but it was the perfect set the tone record.
No, I think I'm here. It's definitely gonna be a response.
To spar.
It's definitely gonna be a response, but I'm just not. I'm reading the timeline and I'm seeing people, Kendrick, they can't fuck with him, and I'm like, based off of that, like maybe I'm just the old nigga in the room, but I'm like, that wasn't that crazy to me. So if you saying that Drake and Cole can't fuck with Kendrick based off of what Kendrick did, I'm sorry, bro. That didn't shake the room enough for me to be like, oh, them niggas is in trouble. Like, I'm not feeling like that. Now, it's interesting to watch, and because it's the sport and all of that, like, it's interesting to see, what's gonna come of it. But I'm not sitting here thinking that Cole and Drake is in trouble, like, because Kendrick decided to say their names or to go at them. Like, it sounded like you needed to go at them for niggas to really start talking about you. Or the only time you really mentioned is in the same breath as these two other dudes.
Well, that's why I got killed more when I said it looked a little funny in the light. So careful, or they'll hit you with the Yams white hip hop tweet for the next 6 hours.
Listen, bro. I'm just sitting.
I'm on your side. I agree.
Listen, I'm just sitting back listening to music and watching the room, bro. And I'm just saying, like, that verse. Now, do we know Kendrick can rap his ass off? Of course we know he can. Like, that's not. We're never debating that. But I'm just saying, like, if you was gonna go at those two, now cool. This is a warning shot. All right, cool. But the warning shot to me was like, you know what I'm saying? You shooting at like the mountain, bro. You can't come to the mountain shooting with a deuce, nigga. You gotta come and really like. You gotta let niggas know, like, yo, you might have a nuke back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. That ain't, to me. That wasn't. I don't know. I'm just not as enamored over the verse as some people or most people seem to be. Like, I'm just listening to it and I'm just like, yeah, okay, it was cool. It's a moment and everybody's talking about it because we're expecting a response. We ain't talking about it because it's like, oh shit, Kendrick killed them. It's like, no, we're like, oh shit, he threw a rock at, you know what I'm saying? The big boy. That's what it seems like. Oh, he threw a rock at the big boys. That's what it's feeling like. So it's like, okay, so are we missing something here along the big three line? Like, is it really big three or is it just them two niggas?
No, it's the big three.
Nah,
It is.
I
It's
don't know.
It's definitely.
I don't know.
It's the big three. It's the big three more, and
I'm
I think you could have a great debate to say Kendrick is number one out of the big three, and I wouldn't be mad at someone making that argument, even if it's not my opinion.
Stop it, bro. We can't. We're not doing that.
Let me ask you a real nitpicky thing, Mo.
You're biased.
How am I biased? I'm listening to music.
You're OVO. You're OVO.
OVO Mall.
I'm from the Bronx, New York. I'm not OVO, man. What y'all talking about?
That's pretty close to Toronto.
I'm from the Bronx too, but I love J. Cole the most, and I feel like now he gets his recognition.
So you Dreamville?
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina now, I guess.
Nah, see, I don't subscribe to that. I'm just listening to music.
I'm joking, but you have a bias because to me, Drake falls a little. His notch falls a little, no matter how great he could be, because he got caught not writing his stuff. And like people sometimes look at that and put him down a couple notches.
I'm not mad at that because I can understand how people will feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, we know that Drake has written for other people too, correct?
I love the Alicia Keys song.
That doesn't matter. And once you play, not me.
I'm just saying. So we're not gonna act like we don't know that he writes because that's been settled. We know that.
And he gets his stuff written too. So it's like a little of like it cancels each other out type of thing. So some people don't put him as number one. That's okay.
I don't even want to hear any ghostwriting shit from Kendrick. To be honest,
that's old. That's old. That ship has sailed. You can't do that, wound.
Listen, man, as long as he's writing them timestamp records, I'm cool, bro. If niggas tell me he's not writing them timestamps, I might not never listen to hip hop again.
I'ma feel so bad. I feel so bad.
I'ma still listen to him. I don't care. I don't care if Hush wrote him.
Am I crazy for thinking that the biggest thing in this, for me at least, was Future and Metro really drawing a hard line in the sand, and like because both obviously collaborated with Drake greatly at one point, more recent Future, but it seems like they're both off that, and it sounds like on another record on this album, Future makes it clear that they are falling out with Drake happened over a girl, which isn't a surprise. Also don't think that's a big story whatsoever, but I think it's like the separation of Drake and Future is like the biggest moment for me, at least, in this whole thing.
Somebody tweeted Drake and Future broke up like two baddies after a Miami trip, and I was laughing for like a good 20 minutes.
Exactly. Like, this is sad. Like, they
I
also went out on like so many good records.
Oh,
didn't need more Drake and Future records, so
Stop.
I'm actually excited to see if you have two people that
That's hate.
worked together for so long and both are messy and both share the same women. The way on Duppy Freestyle, Drake went crazy at Kanye more than he did Push. I think that first Drake response is going to have Kendrick shit. Obviously, I think he's going to smoke Future the most. I think he
Oh,
might dedicate
he's
the
gonna
first
piece
things to
Future up.
Future.
Nah, I don't think so.
No,
No, he
fair.
will piece
Duppy
him up. He
Freestyle is a
has to.
Kanye diss.
No,
It's not even a
I
Pusha T
believe.
diss.
I mean, listen. I'm on record saying Future got to get some. He got to catch some balls because he was driving the car Kendrick was shooting out of. So he got to get some. You know what I'm saying? Like you let homie go at me on your record on your album like that. Like you a part of that because you could have easily stopped that verse from like yo, nah, I'm not putting that out. Not on my album. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's on your
But
album, it's like okay, he was in the car with you. If you niggas pull up to my brother house and jump my brother, I don't care if you was driving and didn't get out. You getting fucked up when I find you too.
No, I was an Uber pool. I had no idea what y'all was doing on that
Nigga,
stop.
all of y'all getting
but Drake started it.
all of y'all getting
Drake
fucked up.
started it on the What Would Pluto Do record. There's a whole line about Future. It's the same shit, just talking about hoes that they fucked, and he went behind his back and ended up fucking his girl. That whole What Would Pluto Do song is about Drake like backdooring Future and taking his girl.
so Maul, you feel that way,
Yeah, but
but
that What Would Pluto Do record is a Tizo record.
Maul,
But there's lines on there about Drake. I know Tizo did a lot of those lines. I get that, but there are lines in there specifically about Future.
Yeah, I guess same as the Quentin
but
gang
Maul,
shit.
if you feel like
Yeah.
someone is like sub dissing someone else on a record, like doesn't the same thing apply to J. Cole, a first person shooter, and J. Cole, because that's why I think he kind of took a shot at Cole, because he kind of let this man diss me on a song, and then you're talking about unity bullshit. And I love J. Cole, but the kumbaya gotta stop. I'm tired, but like what's the difference? Like why is it okay for Kendrick to for Drake to feel some type of way about Future, and then not Cole feel some type of way about, I mean, Kendrick feel some type of way about Cole in the same situation?
No, I mean he obviously feels some type of way about Cole. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's obvious. I'm just saying like I didn't expect that to hear that verse on a Future record is all I'm saying. Because of the alliance and the history that Drake and Future have, or what I thought they had, I would never expect Future to let somebody go at Drake on his record. Like you know what I'm saying? Never we would have thought that. Like that was part of the oh shit moment. Like on a Future joint. Like okay, like so now it's somebody else is in the room now that we got to see like somebody's going at him now. Like now it's going to be have bars tailored for Future.
Okay, so one more question. I don't know if you guys saw it before I move on to Jinjo. Um, the Travis trying to make Future drop the record at a live show. So it seems like Travis has the issue too, because he kind of tried to amp him up to drop that specific song as well. I don't know if you guys saw it though.
Yeah, I did see the clip. I mean, why not? Like, it's not like Kendrick said anything like extremely demeaning or like put people's business out there. I don't think Travis was doing anything malicious. I think he was
Oh,
just
I
happy for the moment of hip hop. Like,
Oh, I thought it was more like he might have an issue with Drake too, and it's like, fuck him, drop the song too. I want that shit to go too, because maybe they all have issues with him that we don't know, and they're all like forming a Power Rangers Voltron thing going on. But
it
yeah,
could be. Let me
Ginger.
ask one quick question before
Mhm.
someone else speaks. Mo, do you think there's already sort of an asterisk on this? And I'm nitpicking, and I'm going to sound like a hater. When Meek did that Twitter shit, Drake had to stop everything he was doing. He wasn't prepared and still showed up immediately and smoked him. I don't know how I feel about somebody that sits quietly for years to themselves plotting this entire thing drops this shot, probably has a few records in the tuck already, and a plan.
No,
At two
that's
people that he knows are on tour, are Cole's trying to wrap up his album. Like, it's nitpicky and it's actually a good strategy on Kendrick's behalf, but nah, you're not like. That's why I also say Drake is more battle tested. Anytime Drake just gets shots out of nowhere and comes right back.
No,
he has no time to plan. He has no time. He just has to reply. Kendrick has been sitting high in the tower.
No, that's why, exactly. And that's why you got to look at it from all angles. Like, he's had time to prepare. He's been, he's had time to just watch and study and observe, and now tailor and construct his movements and his bars and things like. So he's had time to, do all of that. So then you drop this, and it's like, oh, okay. But then what happens now when the people that you're going at, they understand that you've had time to prepare, and you know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, that's why I said he showed his hand, because it's like, oh, you showed us that, oh, okay, you want that. But now if I'm already on the side of knowing, like, okay, you've been waiting for this moment. You've been waiting for this. Like, you've been preparing for this. So now I'm going to get to you when I want to get to you. It's like, what you going to do now? Because now that kind of foils your plan. Because you hoping that
it's a good plan.
You hoping that they jump out there prematurely and come right back. Like, you hoping that. Kendrick he's hoping that that's the outcome here. He don't want to sit down.
Sure.
He don't want to sit down and wait for a year.
I agree with Maul on this one, man.
He don't want
This
to sit
wasn't
down
hard
for
enough.
a year, bro. He don't want to sit down for a year.
Is the tour still going on? They're still on tour together?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it just ended, right?
Did it just end?
Nah.
Lil Wayne coming on.
So I mean, all right. Let me ask.
Cole
if you're Drake,
on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if they were still together, like, if you're Drake or Cole, is that something y'all sit in the same tour bus studio?
Nah.
Because if I'm one of them,
I don't want to see none of that. I don't
go
to
to different hotels, man.
This is one-on-one.
I don't want Cole giving Drake bars or Drake giving Cole bars. I don't want them to drop a 2-pack together. Like,
this ain't a Minaj, my nigga. This ain't a Minaj. We not Minaj. We not Minaj on the rap beats now. We not doing that. We got.
You want to go like back and forth?
We got to keep certain rules and regulations in place with this art, bro. We have to. Like, we not doing that. You know,
and I think that's probably another Kendrick strategy. Like, they're gonna be together on that fucking "this is my brother" every night. They'll probably try to put something together, because to me that's an L. Like, if Drake and Cole come back together, nah,
man, that's a nastiness.
Matter of fact, y'all better shoot at each other too.
Nah, I'm not.
Fuck it, we're here now.
I'm not saying that, but
you gotta do that.
I'm just like, again, man, you gotta look at this shit. You gotta look at this shit from all angles, bro. That's just part of the sport. Like, and I think a lot of people, just because of, just the entertainment factor of it, they want a response like immediately, like, yo, Cole gotta come back right now. And, Drake gotta, and it's like, that's what I think Kendrick is banking this shit on. I think he's banking on them not understanding that he's had so much time to prepare for this moment, versus them two moving around doing what they doing, tour, albums, and all of that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, damn, Kendrick, if you're playing, if they recognize your hand and, like, that's what you banking on to kind of have an advantage, if they take that advantage away from you and make you sit for another year and a half, your plan is like, then what you gonna do? At that moment, what can you do? It's like, now you gotta find a plan B. It's like, all right, so then, now you bringing it down to an even playing field now. If Drake responds when he wants to respond and Cole responds when he wants to respond, and I really think that he's banking on them jumping right in traffic right now, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think he's banking on that too. I do think they're going to jump in traffic. Drake was already pissed off coming out for All the Dogs. He put out a fucking deluxe 2 weeks later of him rapping to try to prove to us that he could still rap, which I love that that
Man,
extended.
Drake just bought a ranch.
Nah,
He got llamas and shit. He ain't thinking
nah,
about no
come
rat
on.
beef, man. That nigga, yo, listen, bro. He doing
How
some
is
whole
what
other
you?
shit
How
right
is he
now.
not thinking about a rap beef when after For All the Dogs, after people critiqued it, he put out 6 songs of him rapping really well, which I love. I love that and still listen to it.
Bro,
Drake takes everything to fucking heart, and that's actually why I
And
like
Maul,
him
that
as
was
an artist.
after.
He's
And
actually
Maul,
mad right now.
he made like a little farewell video too after that album came out. It was like, I'm
Yeah,
going away for a while. I want to be with my family. I'm off the grid. And then a week later, he put out 6 records.
Remember he said his tummy hurt and like
he's like, I might
he had
cancel
like
the tour.
stomach issues and shit. So yeah, and then a few comments, and he put out a fucking great EP damn near after. You think Kendrick saying this, knowing Drake already has a bunch of shit in the tuck, like ready to go. He has a full notes on his fucking phone that he's been writing probably for 10 years about Kendrick Lamar. He can't wait, and he's emotional, and I mean that in a good way. He took that shit personally. He takes everything personal. He's coming right back.
Nah, this gonna be we gonna have to sit and wait for this for a minute, bro. I'm telling you, this ain't gonna be. This ain't fast.
The pressure's
food,
on
bro.
Cole, really.
It's the only reason the pressure's on Cole is because we've never seen him in this arena before. We've never seen him, get under the lights and step the half court with a nigga and go at it. Like we never seen that. We've seen Drake do it.
What happens when Kendrick, Cole, and Drake all get in the mud, and we find out that Drake's responses are better than those two? Does the real hip hop community have to apologize to everyone about who Drake is?
No. Why?
Because I think that's what's going to expose this whole shit.
No.
Y'all got Drake as a rapper fucked up because everyone is like, yeah, no, Drake's the pop star, all this shit. Like, he's not really this, he's not really that. I think when it comes to this battle shit, he's light years above Cole and Kendrick. I can see a scenario out of the three of them, if they really get in the mud and do a bunch of replies, there's a high chance that Drake could have the better one. And I'm talking lyrical and record. Same way I thought Duppy Freestyle was crazy if you actually look at the fucking lyrics. I think the real hip hop fans are going to have to sit there and be like, damn, all right, we hated Drake. We only like Kendrick and Cole because they're real lyricists and all this shit. I think this is going to expose a lot to people.
I think that it comes down to the fact that Drake is obviously the number one guy. I mean, niggas can say Cole been rapping his ass off, and
we talk about rap. Who gives a fuck who's number one? I'm talking about out of these replies.
Even in rap.
You think he's the best rapper out of the three?
Yeah, I think that's clear. I don't even think that can be questioned. Like, how can we question that?
Is that a matter more of volume or just or also like I know lyrical content as well, but it's because of how much music he's put out?
It's volume, it's consistency, it's longevity, it's skill, it's the ability to talk on different things and different sounds. Like, what can't he do?
I'm talking just raps. Like, let's get the nerdy shit.
I'm talking just raps.
I'm with you.
Go listen to Drake. Go listen to Drake's first album and listen to Drake today. He don't even sound like the same artist.
He's not better. He's not better than Cole. He's definitely not better than J. Cole.
Bro, he's shooting at if I'm shooting at a higher volume and I'm consistently hitting, I'm not better than you if you shoot at a lesser volume and you hit.
No,
I'm shooting at a higher volume. I'm shooting it more.
Cole got albums and mixtapes volume.
I account.
So does Drake. What are we talking about?
The quality of albums that I don't feel like Drake has that's what edges other people for me. Kendrick and Cole. I just feel like his body of work when he.
You think Cole makes better albums than Drake?
He don't got a better album than Friday Night Lights.
Lately, he does.
Or not? I mean, Forest Hills Drive. My bad. Forest Hills Drive.
Yo, how old are you, fam? How old are you?
28.
Yeah, see, I'm talking to niggas that just came outside, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, dog. Like, 28, and you telling me you don't think that Drake makes better albums than J. Cole?
Yeah.
Lately, Cole has better albums than Drake. Lately
what?
I'm with you on lately, but
lately.
to say Forest Hill Drive is better than Nothing Was the Same or better than Views is like a little crazy.
I just think that his albums are more like how many hits he can put in it. I'm saying like as a body of what did you guys used to say, cohesive and all that stuff. Like makes a cohesive album, but it's like I feel like I get more. I'm saying my preference is like I prefer the story.
Okay, there you go. There you go. See, that changes
But
every.
no,
That changes the
it's
entire
your
statement.
preference. It's your preference as well. But like I prefer a story. I prefer like I'm getting a story to different songs, not just dropping the best songs ever, and that's just it. And that's like we get right, which is fine. Like I enjoy his music, but I don't feel like he makes cohesive storytelling the way my preference. So I would say yes, it's my preference, but I feel like it's everyone's
Listen,
preference.
if I make better music than you, it's only common sense that I make better albums than you.
Drake's music has been sounding the same for a bunch of
And
albums now.
that's not true.
How? How has it been
It
sounding?
has.
The nigga
It
just
has.
gave us.
That's why people get over his album so fast.
Man, people get over everything. People get over relationships so fast. So what are you talking about? Like niggas don't give a
Nah.
fuck about like that.
Nah.
Especially you.
Are you fucking kidding me? Niggas don't even care about they bitch they been with for 6 years. They just broke up 2 months ago. They already got a new bitch.
His
Like
albums don't
niggas
have
don't give a
replay
fuck.
volume these days, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Man, you
It
ain't
just
listen,
don't.
dog. Listen. Before I don't want it to get lost because I fuck with Cole. Cole is one of the greats. I fuck with him. But you're not gonna tell me that J. Cole makes better music and better albums than Drake. I'm not going for that. That's not.
Yeah, I agree,
We
Maul. I
we
agree.
gotta just keep it. Let's keep it. I understand if that's your preference, if you like Cole more, but we could also deal with facts too. You can have your preference, but we could deal with facts. The fact of the matter is, none of these niggas are better artists than Drake. None of them. Niggas just gotta deal with it and accept it, bro. The nigga gave us a dance album and then gave us a trap album. These niggas can't do that.
So like
And they
They
the
was
don't do it. It's
both
not that they can't do it
ass.
because it's not
so
that they can't do it because they don't want to do it. They can't do it because they don't have the ability to do the shit that he's doing.
so when you
Honestly, Nevermind was great.
when he compared himself to Prince versus Michael Jackson, like Michael Jackson is known for like having popular music, but Prince was known more of an artsy person. So I feel like there's just a difference. Like to me, they're both great. It's just a difference.
Man,
One sells
that
more.
Bro,
I mean to
Listen,
cut
man.
you off. That
See,
bar is so easily flipped. Like Cole and Drake were given a gift with that Michael Jackson Prince bar.
Yeah,
That could be flipped
Yeah.
so fucking
Kendrick has
easily.
said that he was
and niggas got to stop saying Michael Jackson and Prince out their mouth too. How about that? Like we just gotta
well,
we just gotta
I
get to a
well,
place.
agree.
We just
well.
gotta get to a
Maybe
place where we
maybe
stop
Drake
saying them niggas' names,
compare
bro.
his. Maybe Drake shouldn't compare his streaming number ones comparing to someone that had to
I
sell.
mean, I mean, I can't,
Nah,
I
first of
can't,
all,
I
Drake
can't.
is
You
way
can't make
closer
me
to
a
Michael
product of
Jackson than Kendrick is to Prince.
No,
you.
but I'm saying that comparing like, oh, I'm Prince because I'm artsy, and Michael was known as like, oh, he makes good music and he's a more of a numbers person. Like he has the numbers. That's it. Like I don't think it's that serious. Like you guys are about to drag about comparing, but Drake compares himself because he has these number ones. But to me,
Yeah, but you sound like you making Drake a product of when he was born. So because I
no,
was born
but
in
I'm
a
just
time
saying
where this
that
is how people consume
I
music
just
now,
feel
that
like
means I'm less of a.
I just feel like nowadays everyone loves to play the numbers game, and I just feel like it's not that big of a deal because yes, where you were born, you're not actually physically
Yeah, but
self.
this is his numbers. This is his numbers
Okay, and
played. Just like
congratulations.
Mike had his
But
numbers
you
played.
just said stop comparing yourself to Prince and Michael. He compares himself to Michael because of his numbers.
Listen, man. Let me tell you. Let me explain something to you. No matter what era I was born, if niggas tell me I got the same amount as number one hits as Michael Jackson, I'm saying that shit in my raps. I
All
don't give a
right,
fuck
but
what
you
none
see
of
how
y'all
you
talking about.
flip it for your bias because you just said
No,
stop
I'm saying
comparing
no, no,
yourself
no.
to
I'm
Prince and
saying
Michael.
no. I'm saying as far as people, I'm just talking about strictly from just music and what my songs are doing on the charts compared to my. I'm saying that as far as just being an artist, niggas got to stop bringing up Mike and Prince. Now I understand they do that because that's the bar. That's like the top of the top. But it's like some dudes shouldn't be able to just say those names out their mouth. That's all I'm saying.
I
But
mean,
I see why Drake is one of those that can because look at what he's doing.
and I think that's fine that who's ever doing that. Someone getting jumped. I think Drake can get the mic shit off based off the number shit and generational shit. I'm just curious where Kendrick is to Prince. And again, I'm back to sounding like a fucking hater. I just don't really know. I don't see the comparison that Kendrick was trying to make in that whole thing. I think
Yeah, you do.
I think that was
Because
a
Kendrick,
dub
just
for
what
Drake
Kara said,
in
he's
his
the
own verse.
artsy guy.
There is the truth of the matter is that Kendrick is more respected lyrically with the pen game, and
Yes.
Drake is more respected as the popular person selling all the volume in the units. That's exactly what that means.
All right, so could I
It's a diss to be the popular
Could I ask
one.
you something? Just an
Yeah.
honest moment. If we
Okay.
never had that Quentin Miller Drake moment, do you feel that way about Kendrick having a better pen than Drake?
Yeah, I still feel the same way. Absolutely.
I don't think so.
He got a Pulitzer.
Yeah, because this is my point. One
Pulitzer?
thing that people,
What the fuck?
but this is
For his writing. So
It's a pretty big award.
It's a pretty big thing.
It's a huge
It's a
deal,
huge
Paul.
deal.
Yeah, that was actually like really an amazing moment.
It's pretty impactful. That was a big moment in hip hop.
people
It was
forget
actually
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
People forget that
I think my mom called me about that one.
People forget that Kendrick was a battle rapper, though. So I feel like ever since he's been in Compton, he was doing his battle raps, also with Death Row and the mentorship of Dr. Dre, that camp comes from beef. Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick, all them niggas come from beef and they're well versed in it. But Kendrick being from Compton.
Kendrick Lamar comes from beef?
Just hear me out. The culture of Compton is about beef in all their raps, from NWA up until now. And I was just looking on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel when it showed Dre, 50, and Snoop Dogg on there, and it just reminded me Dre sets the bar when it comes to beef, considering that Pac was on there as well. I have no doubt in my mind that Dre has a group chat texting all these niggas from time to time, especially if you from Compton, that when it comes to the moment, do not be hesitant when it comes to rise to the occasion. I think that Kendrick is the only one who has not done beef with his pen game, and he's just waiting and he's salivating. So this was like a hard foul as Drake and Cole were going up for the dunk, and now he's just waiting for them to respond. I think that if they do respond, I think Kendrick is just waiting because he's like, bro, I've been waiting for this shit my whole life. Game been in beef, 50 been in beef, M been in beef. Now it's my turn, so I'm about to make Dre proud.
Well, Dre lost that battle, right? And I just feel like just because you listen to No Vaseline and are from Compton doesn't mean you're battle ready.
No, that's facts, but that's what I'm saying. I think he's ready, though. I truly think that he's been waiting because to the Prince and the Michael Jackson line, Prince has been regarded in a lot of people's eyes that he was more creative. Like he didn't have to collab with me.
Prince's name alone. Kendrick does not produce his albums, does not play all the instruments, does not engineer the shit, didn't invent streaming. Prince has 80 fucking albums. He was always outside. He never stopped releasing music. He's not.
That's valid.
Kendrick's a legend. Just like you, not Prince.
Right, that's facts. I just think that the analogy isn't far off. I truly think that Kendrick, people forget that, like to what the other gentleman said, that he has a Pulitzer Prize. Like Kendrick, he's made albums that have changed moments in hip hop a lot more than, in my opinion, a lot more than a lot of other rappers. And it's argued that he's done it more than Drake. Like, when's the last time Drake's actually shifted the culture outside of international sales and all these other things? Like Kendrick is literally timed things so perfectly, waiting to shift moments in hip hop and the culture, and everybody's talking about it.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What happens when J. Cole replies and says, Kendrick, you've been rapping on my beats for 15 years. Who's really Prince?
That's fair. I think that's valid. That's a valid rebuttal. But I truly think that Kendrick's going to be prepared to talk about him being the college boy with the mixtapes, not having a classic
We know
album.
all that, though.
Right. Yeah, I know that. But nobody's...
That's all old. Yeah, like that's not the angle.
But I'm just saying that he's going to have an easy response to Cole, right? I truly think that because they have been at that point in their careers where they started at the same time when Cole was trying to sign Kendrick, I think Kendrick is waiting for all that. I think he has perfect responses to everything. I really do.
But he's had nothing but time to prepare for that. So I agree with you there. So, but that's back to the point of what I was saying. What happens now when Drake and Cole take their time to prepare? And you just sitting there.
All right, so to your point, Mark, I don't think they're going to respond. The reason why I don't think they're going to respond is I think that they're scared. I truly think
scared.
Cole...
What would niggas be scared of Kendrick for? Like, who has Kendrick ever...
I'm about to
this
tell you
boogeyman
why.
shit is crazy to me.
I'm about to tell you why. Drake
who has Kendrick killed? Whose career has he affected? Who has he killed? Like, tell me.
Big Sean.
Right. That's hilarious.
And that's where I jump in. No.
No, but this is what I mean by that. This is why I think they're not going to respond. Drake has only responded to rappers who have not really been in his league career-wise. Right? When it comes to Kendrick, though, they've kind of been neck and neck the entire time, even though Drake clearly has a better, career in terms of being the international superstar. But I truly think when it comes down to the pen game and then Kendrick having his team encouraging him to respond because like he is from that era. He still has that 90s mentality. He doesn't really team up with niggas like that. Kendrick and Cole have this like, oh, like we're best friends. Let's go vibe and like let's be on each other's songs. And Kendrick's niggas like, man, fuck all that shit. Nigga, you go. Like, and I don't think they prepared for that. I truly think that they are not prepared for that, and that's why I don't think they're going to respond. If they do, I truly think it's not going to help their career. I don't think they're going to respond. I really don't.
Help whose career?
That's not.
They don't
Whose
need
career
it.
needs help? What are you talking about?
They don't
I mean,
need
that's
it.
not fair. You
Help.
said
I'm not saying it needs help. I'm saying that I truly think it's not going to help their career. If Cole or Drake were to respond, that's not helping their career. That's not.
This is okay. So we're kind of saying the same thing. That's why I'm saying they can just sit back and chill because
I agree.
They don't have to engage this beef to prove nothing. Now, I think that I do think that they realize that okay, he's been waiting for this moment. Kendrick has been waiting for this moment, right? We're on tour. I had my intimate moment with J. Cole last night and gave him his flowers in front of everybody and told him how much if he wasn't who he is, my career doesn't go where it goes and all. He had that beautiful moment. I think Kendrick saw that. The verse was already laid, I believe, but I think he saw that and was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Yeah,
like this is perfect. But now, the thing about it is when you don't prepare for your opponent recognizing your move, like when you think you catching your opponent off guard, it's like okay, you got that bravado about you, like like let's get to it. But now when they've been expecting that, and when they've been waiting for that for you to do that. And now we've been outside doing what we've been doing for the past 5 years. Yeah. And we decide, you know what? We're going to get back to you in a minute. We'll get back to you when we get back to you. What does Kendrick do now? Because now all you can do now is, all right, well, shit, now you got to give us music. Now you got to give us an album. Like, now it's on you. Now it's like, all right, well, fuck it. They not jumping in the ring with you right now. So now what you going to do? You going to go back inside for 5 years?
But I think Kendrick wants that, though, because if you remember, like, his last couple albums, even though they're solid, they haven't been as gritty as some of his other albums in his earlier career. So I truly think that Kendrick's been waiting for, like, somebody to kind of set him off, like, kind of like that Draymond Green mentality of, I get riled up with competition. So I think that, to your point, I think that that's going to motivate Kendrick to kind of get back into his older bag of just, like, getting into, like, this more lyrical raps, the hood raps, the shit that a lot of street niggas love, So I truly think that he's prepared for that. I think he wants that. I think he's been a little bit bored. I feel like
he definitely wants it. Like I don't even think that's a question. Like he basically told us he wants that. He wants that moment. But again, man, I think that Kendrick, he just showed his hand, and now it's like,
I don't think so. I think this.
If they don't jump out there when you want them to jump out there, how do you react to that?
Exactly. I think the song should have been his own diss record because this was mid, honestly, to me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's this record ain't what. And again, Cole. These first of all, we're talking about three. The elites. These are the best that we got. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he's his bars on there, cool. But it's not to that level that I think people are trying to make it seem. Like it's like okay. If you want to call this just a warning shot and a little appetizer, cool. But
the moment is bigger than the verse, basically.
The moment is bigger than the verse because you mentioning these two other individuals who are basically at the top of the class right now.
But what's wrong with the warning?
It's the second time too.
That's the shot, yes. And then they take the bait, and then you fire off.
Mo, we both love Charged Up. That's not a diss record. It's just a check the temperature time. And it forced Meek to have to reply. He didn't, and back-to-back happened. But Charged Up, to me, I respect, and it's one of my favorite Drake records as far as the beef shit goes. What's the difference between what Kendrick did? Yeah, it's time.
To me, this is
we've all been beefing each other for years, and it's time.
The difference is this. I think that if you're gonna shoot at a bear, if you're gonna shoot at a fucking grizzly,
pause.
It can't be with no deuce, because that nigga gonna look at you like, yo, that's it. You better have something else in your backpack that is gonna shake these trees or something. Because if that's all you got, you in trouble. And that's how I feel about this verse.
But it's not all he has. We know it's not all he has.
Okay, if it's not, and I don't engage you right now, how do you react to that? And that's the question I'm asking. How does Kendrick react when they make him sit for a year and a half and they don't respond to him?
Okay, Mo, you actually bring up a good point because
That's a good question.
Pusha put out what was it, Infrared, and had that last line, which by the way, I always felt Push was way better than it was written, but it came from Quentin Bar that he just threw at the end of the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Drake jumped out with Duppy Freestyle, and then obviously it didn't go great for Drake after that. You do have a point though, because if Drake ignored that it was written Quentin line that wasn't even really that good, we would have forgot about it.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you.
We would have forgot about it. But I don't think we're going to forget about Kendrick because he has a history. We already know what Control was the first quote unquote diss that was with the internet that like changed the fucking world when it came to diss records. That's how we ended up getting the meme shit with Drake and Meek and everything. Like that changed the moment where the fans on the internet are really going to force you to have to pay attention to this. And Kendrick has been doing this for quite some time. You can call it corny, you can call it clout chasey, whatever. He's establishing this. No one's going to ignore it. It's not a Pusha T, Quentin Miller bar.
I think
it's Kendrick Lamar on a future record with Metro Boomin saying, hey, the two other guys that y'all think are my peers, fuck them. I'm better. What's up?
Yeah, but then what happens in that? Like I said, cool. Great. I'm with that. That's fire because this first of all, this is what the culture. This is what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? It's competitive. You know what I mean? So I respect that. But now I'm just saying, like, sometimes you just have to know if your opponent, first of all, is equipped, because we do know that these gentlemen are equipped for that. Like, what happens now when you have your plan, but you're banking on me to do something and react a certain way, and I don't? Now we're gonna have to see what Kendrick, because I think Kendrick has been wanting. He's been wanting this as a control shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been wanting to do this, and he's been wanting dudes to get in the mud with him like for a minute. But this is what I'm saying. Like so now,
I disagree there. By the way, I totally disagree there.
Well, what?
Me too.
I think, as much as I do think Kendrick is a genius in his own right and is super strategic, in no way do I think Kendrick Lamar thought on a Big Sean, not even supposed to be on the album, just like a Lucy that was about to go out before Sean's rollout, of him saying, hey, all my peers, I love you, but I want to be better than you. I don't think Kendrick thought the world was going to shift the way it did after that. That worked in his favor. I think he, the next day, was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize I said all that. I didn't think this would ruffle people's feathers.
He knew exactly what that was going to do.
I think he knew what he was doing.
I think we're giving.
York,
he ain't know.
He knew what he was doing.
Bro, that was
he do it every time.
Like
every time Kendrick drop, he always name dropping Drake or he dissing somebody or like smoking on top fives. Then like
he
when
didn't
Drake
diss anyone in Control.
But like when Drake responded,
I was gonna say,
reacted
to
on
Rory's
the internet.
point,
Like the internet made that a thing.
To Rory's point,
he literally just said like, I'm trying to I love all of y'all, but I'm trying to murder. Like it wasn't. It was competitive sports type of thing. Like
but that's what I'm saying. He's been wanting. He's been wanting to get in the competitive ring with these dudes.
But
to
me, that wasn't competitive. I don't think he was trying to. That was just the height of Black Twitter, and it just turned into a fucking thing. I don't think Kendrick had any idea that was about to happen.
I don't know if he want to get in the ring, man. Because when he said smoking on top fives, Drake responded directly to that top five line, and Kendrick didn't say nothing. So everybody act like Drake ducked him, but Drake be replying to him. I don't think Drake or Cole is scared like everybody think about Kendrick. Drake won't get in there and get messy.
Man, ain't nobody scared of Kendrick.
Nobody's scared of nobody.
Where did this come from?
Like,
I don't think anyone's
people
scared.
always say like Kendrick a boogeyman and they scared. I don't agree.
Who created that? Niggas were scared of Kendrick. Who created that?
Kendrick did.
About that.
He said say Candyman, and no one said Candyman.
Because niggas don't say Candyman. When the last time a nigga said Candyman? Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like,
hold on.
Like, what is this nigga talking about? Like, what is he talking about?
This is a question for Maul, but really everyone. Maul, you said Kendrick didn't really do anything for you with this response, right? And to Rory's point, everything you could put on Drake's jacket is already on there. Type of energy, not bars, like can't predict the bars. What type of energy would Kendrick have to come with for you to be like, oh, stepping?
First of all, I don't know if anybody else can hear you, but it sounds like you're talking to Chat GPT, man. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, I barely heard it too.
But I
Yeah,
couldn't.
my
Maul,
fault.
he
I'm
said,
at Newark
he
Airport,
said,
so it's probably the connection. My fault.
Maul, he said, what type of bar would Kendrick have to, what type of bar would he have to say for you to react differently? You said this wasn't
It's not
good. This
even.
was like
It's not even a particular bar, but it's just like the.
or what about Drake would make you
It's not
feel
even.
like, oh shit, he
But see,
got
this is what I'm
him?
saying. It's not even like a particular bar about Drake or Cole that I feel like he could have said that would make me feel different. It's just I don't feel like what he said, period, is anything to be like, oh shit, like you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, it was cool, but if we don't know who he's talking about, like say we take Drake and Cole out of this, and he still has the Mike Jack Prince bar and all, it's like I don't think people really feel like this is dope like that. Just being honest.
Because it's not.
But this is what I'm saying. But he could have been saying shit, like slick metaphors, slick talking. Like he could have got into all kind of different bags where it's like, oh shit, that was a bar. Like I don't feel like there's much of that on here. Like I'm just maybe it's just again, I'm only speaking from what I'm listening to, bro. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying I don't feel like anything I heard, and after hearing a lot of like who we deem to be the GOATs have those type of records where they dissing dudes and going at dudes. Like I don't think that this is one that is like up. You know what I'm saying? It's like cool. It's a warning shot, cool, but it's still not. To me, it's not like crazy. I'm just like, oh, okay, you going at Drake and Cole. Like now they got to respond because this is, it's gonna be good for the sport. So we got to see these dudes, still sharp and still type of thing. But I'm not like, I don't think I'll ever go back to that Kendrick shit and listen to that shit again.
This is the second time. This is the second time that Kendrick has done it again, where he creates a moment that's bigger and better than the verse. It's the moment. It's never been the verse, even with Control. He didn't really do too much. He just name drop everybody.
Yeah,
You feel
but
me?
okay, so that's what I'm saying. The moment is always attached to a name that seems to be bigger than his.
Exactly. So, and that's why, just to go to y'all points and stuff, like you saying, there was no pressure on Cole. There's no pressure on Drake. They can take their time. There's no way I'm gonna be running fives all day in the gym, and now that I'm about to leave, you about to come through and say with some fresh legs, talking about, hey man, let's run the 1-on-1. No, Drake has been outside rapping. He did it with the Deluxe. He's been rapping for real. Cole's killing every fucking feature he's been doing, really rapping out here. Kendrick, you've been concept creating. You're not just gonna come here and give a little Easter egg, and that's when say, all right, come on. It's y'all turn. No, that's not how it's going to work. The ball is in their court and they're in control. This is the second time you're making this moment bigger than it is and everything like that. You feel me?
So
at least Kendrick making Drake
It's in the
rap.
context.
To Maul's point earlier, and Rory, I wanted your response to this too. Maul said, say Cole and Drake don't take the bait. What does Kendrick do? Does he come back with something and do a back, like not a back-to-back echoing Drake? I just mean, like, does he come back with another song or another diss? Or what does he do? Because traditionally, he just goes away.
I think if he goes back and forth with Cole and Drake, he's
But
gonna
if
have to,
I'm
he's
saying
gotta
if
meet
Drake
it. He
and
can't
Cole
disappear
don't,
anymore.
yeah, I'm saying, but there is no back and forth. Drake and Cole do not respond to this. They leave Kendrick out there. Then what does Kendrick do?
He gonna have to go and make a song that, you know what I'm saying, that's dope. He's gonna have to start making. He's gonna have to put out some good music.
He gonna have to make a hit. He don't put out no hit.
Yeah,
Don't do
he's gonna have to
nothing.
He's gonna have to put
Nothing.
out good music.
He don't.
He's gonna
He's
have to put
not
out some good
active.
songs.
Do that.
He
He don't
not
have to do that.
active.
He's already top 3.
He
But
can
he's
actually
not
go
Back
back
to
active.
hiding because
He's not
he
active.
makes Drake and Cole look crazy.
Cole and Drake active. Kendrick not active. Cole and Drake putting out hard verses. Kendrick not. Like I don't get that.
Hey, and also too, a lot of people forget that Drake has a good rap beef history. Like, and I know this is gonna sound like dick riding, but I have him up there with Eminem when it comes to rap beef. He has too much
Eminem.
skin in the game.
The fuck talking about
You said
Eminem?
Eminem?
The
With
No,
fuck?
I'm
an
talking about
Encino
like rap
battle?
beef with like no. I'm
Who
like
has he? Eminem battled a bunch
Who is
of like
Eminem
pop
battle?
stars and shit like that.
Terrible example.
what you
Terrible.
guys don't think Drake has a
See,
good
this
rap
is
beef
who
resume
deserves
like
that
Eminem?
Yams tweet, not me.
No, I think that
No.
I don't think that who with like
Roy, you trying to put that tweet on
what
someone
elite
so
rappers
bad?
has Eminem beef with? What elite rappers like has he beef with?
Man.
Fox News, Donald Trump.
Can we reel that back? Let's reel that back a little bit. I know
Matter
what
of
y'all
fact, I
saying.
think Ja Rule
and I
kind of
feel
smoked
y'all.
Eminem.
Emma's
Like
an
I'm just saying. I thought
what
as
are
far
we
as I know,
doing?
Eminem was beefing with Britney Spears, Mariah Carey,
Yeah,
And then
like
Mariah Carey smoked him.
she smoked his ass.
Machine Gun Kelly. Like I don't know no like elite rappers that M ever really gotten. And now, not saying he's not capable, but I can't recall where him and Jay or him and Nas or him and whoever
Mariah
the elite.
Carey.
Yeah, like whoever the elite rappers were at the time. I don't remember them going at it. Like
That
if you
Nick
want to
Cannon
say
diss is
that,
all right.
yeah, like Nick Cannon, he got into it with
No, I think Nick Cannon smoked him.
he got into it with Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, I think. Like that was Eminem beefs. Like it wasn't no like Eminem said those names. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any rappers that M ever really like got into it with. Like maybe I'm wrong though, but
No,
I'm
you're
open to
not
being wrong.
wrong.
I
I'm
think we
open
Well,
just
to
let
overlooking
him
the
let him
context.
explain himself.
But
We
I get
shitting on him. My bad.
what you're saying. Like as far as just beefing, yeah, Drake has had a few, but I think that it's still to the point where a lot of these rappers can't believe that they want to be the one to say like, yo, I got him. You know what I'm saying? Like I took on the guy that they deem to be the biggest, the number one, and I actually like, because sometimes it's just the honor to be in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you're just in the ring with who the best is, it kind of validates you as like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's that. Not saying that that's the case here with Kendrick and Drake, but niggas will shoot at who the best is just because they want a response from the best because it kind of validates them a little bit.
It's like the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson mall.
Yeah, it's like that type of shit where it's like, oh, okay,
Don't
like,
do that. Don't do that.
well,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
not
I see what
Kendrick
you was
and
trying to
Drake,
say, but nah.
not Kendrick and Drake, but it's to that effect where it's like,
I'm saying you get the nod by be standing in the same ring as someone. I'm not
yeah,
making Jake
exactly.
Paul either Kendrick or Drake. I'm just saying you put yourself in a class where you may not have belonged before.
These
Sharing
guys
the
But
are
I
same
already in
mean,
that
regard.
top three class, though. You feel me? I
So
think
I
I
agree.
think the
so can
context that's
and we
missing.
haven't seen this since Hove and Nas. Like even the Pac and Biggie shit was like one sided outside
so
of a
There you
few
go.
subs. Like
bring up something that I seen on the comment section because they brought up a good point because I went to the show with my son. It was his first concert. I went to see Kendrick 2 years ago, so he hasn't been out for 5 years. Like you guys are over exaggerating. And a year later, he might have subbed Drake on that album. Drake subbed him a year later. Like, are we being biased? Is the question, I guess, because people are saying the album came out 2 years ago in 2022, and that's not
I'm
5
talking
years.
Mr. Morale, yeah. I
oh no, I was
mean,
talking
And
about the gap in between. Yeah, sorry if they misunderstood or we didn't
Okay.
say it correctly. I
he
was saying the
sent the
gap
shot on
between
Hillbillies
a
too.
lot of Kendrick's shit. Like even when he's in between albums, he doesn't really come outside even to do a verse or anything, which is cool. Like that's fine. I'm not saying that's a fault against him, but you can't talk that way and you just show up out of nowhere with two artists that are active all the fucking time when you have all your ducks in a row and have been sitting and plotting on this for God knows how long. They're on
I
tour
don't think it's
together.
out of I
Like,
don't think it's out of nowhere.
no, of course there were subs back and forth, but they've been subbing each other for 10 years. And no
Back
one
and
Hold
did
on,
forth.
anything.
let me sneak up in here out of nowhere because I've been sitting and plotting on this call I want to make. You guys mind? Or I could wait, put my hand back up.
No,
who
go
is
ahead.
that?
I
Talk.
don't know, but
Appreciate that. Yeah,
Is it?
I'm the guy talking out your
sounds like one of
phone
my
with
uncles.
the circus ring. Yeah, I'm old. Cruising the spaces. Thank you, Miss Kiara, for having me on my show. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the listeners. Cruising the spaces in all different places. I was the co-host for the Ryan Garcia Spaces yesterday. He thinks I'm funny. That's a fact. So look,
Mm-hmm.
just checking out these spaces. No, that is a fact. It's a
No,
fact.
I
It's a
appreciate you getting
fact.
your shit off.
All right. So I'm getting in the mix here. Look, I'm old. I compose rock music. I want to communicate with you guys. Okay. So you're having a conversation, Drake v. Cole, right? And I can follow that. Somebody else brought up Michael Jackson v. Prince, right? But here's my question to you guys, if you want to take it, okay? Michael Jackson and Prince, that's a different thing because that's music, that's songs, right? Now, Drake and Cole, you're talking about the careers, and I know that's serious stuff, but you're talking about the bars, right? The bars. You're not
No.
talking about the music. You're not talking about how does the song go. You're just talking about the bars. So it's different, right? And now, wouldn't it be better if you did like rock music to the bars so everybody wins? Like if Ryan Garcia came out with a rock band and an orchestra? That's what I'm saying. Because if there was somebody like Beethoven, it'd be somebody like me, an old dude that writes rock music. But does that make any sense? Because I want to follow along, but you're just talking about what one guy said. You're talking about the bars. What about
Man,
songs? What about the music? Does anybody care about that? That's my piece, and thank you for taking my call.
who
Thank you,
invited
Eden.
Ryan Garcia to that compound and made him watch them kids get fucked? That's what I. You can't come in here
Hold
on some
up, hold on.
Ryan
I ain't
Garcia shit
commenting on nothing
and
like
ask me
that. I ain't
about
commenting on
bars.
nothing like that. I got nothing to do with that.
Are you talking from Bohemian Grove?
Who
Wait,
blindfolded Ryan
I need an
Garcia?
I
Can we
ain't
get
autograph.
got
some? Can
nothing
we
to
get
do with
some
no
names
people
and social
doing stuff
security
out in the
numbers?
woods. Holy
I
smoke.
need an
All right,
autograph.
all right. So is it gonna be like that? Because he had me co-host? Because I'm a spaces host and I make jokes and people have fun. Is it gonna be like that?
Oh man, we messing around with you.
All right, no
No.
problem.
But to answer your question, this just I think like in short, this is a rap beef. I don't think anyone's talking about the musical element that comes along with all the other side that the music making side of this. In this specific incident, it's just purely lyrics.
I
Well,
think it's more.
how do people come up with Michael Jackson and Prince? Like, or am I crazy? I'm trying to
No,
bridge the gap.
no,
I'm coming
no,
from a
you're
different generation, right? Am I crazy? I'm trying to figure this out.
no, you're fair to ask that. The Michael Jackson thing just comes from Drake referring to himself being the Michael Jackson of this generation, musical, not by musical standards, but by the amount of number one records that he's sold. He has sold as many number one records as Michael Jackson.
Okay, I got you. So it's more like Clout, and who's moving versus who, and who's trashing who, and that kind of thing.
I mean, sort of, but also, I mean, Mike and Prince had their back and forths, and stats mattered too. So it's not just a hip hop thing. Like
So
that's
you
been
guys don't
music for
care
quite
about
some
like
time.
you guys don't care about like your generation. This is what sounds cringe, but I'm going to say it anyway. You guys don't care about music. Like, how does the song? What if somebody came in with like some Final Fantasy battle sounding music, and then somebody showed up and did some bars over that? That'd be like some Dragon Ball stuff, right? That would
Nah,
explode, right?
Well,
Ain't nobody else thinking like that, right? Or am I crazy?
well,
not
if
with
you
battle shit.
well,
No.
if you want to just to make the comparison with Battleship, Drake did have a notorious record called Back to Back that was a diss record, but it also ended up being a club record. Whereas before, most diss records weren't played outside like that. This one was played everywhere.
I think we're mixing also like it's the context, right? It's the context of what happened. This is Metro Boomin's album. It's not Kendrick's album. It's Metro Boomin and Future's collab
And
album.
Future, yeah.
And Future's collab album. What we know previously was last summer or the summer before that, Wait For You was one of the songs of the summer. That's Drake and Future on a song together. Now we're looking 2 years or a year past, and now Future has Kendrick on the same album dissing Drake. So there's like side switching kind of things, different aligning. And that's why I have to disagree with Maul on that take. Y'all discounting the moment. He did this, and first off, his name's not on the feature. So if you're just listening to the music all the way through, Kendrick comes out of nowhere. He's on basically Drake's homie's album dissing him, or so we thought. So it becomes a lot bigger than just, what the bars are. That's why we have to take the moment into consideration. Because before this, they were all chummy chummy. They have an album together, and now you got a guy dissing me on your album. Like, come on, it's the moment. Hip
I
hop is
mean,
the moment,
I
no
don't
matter
know.
how much I want to downplay that.
I feel you
Nah,
on that, and I think it was
nah.
strategic on Kendrick's part, but I think that's such a minuscule part of this. Like, we want to hear bars. I don't care whose record it was on or that Drake and Future are feuding over some chick that they fucked. Like, I don't care about
Nah,
that. My brother
that's
beef.
what I'm saying.
Like that moment is cool. That moment's cool for today. I don't think it's ever gonna matter after today.
That's why I think it's the warning shot, right? You put this out, it's kind of like boom, okay, now everybody's the only reason why we're talking about it really is that context. It's that Kendrick comes out of nowhere with this on a future album, and like it's all different things that come in the sight now. Obviously, Kendrick has a plan. There's something next. You know what I'm
The
saying?
project is next.
Shit, could be.
And then, I know his hands and stuff, but Rory, I really wanted to ask you, you really didn't think that bar about, comparing, himself to Prince and, riding off of Drake being Mike, you don't think that had any type of deeper meaning other than, nigga, I'ma live longer than you? You just think it's that simple?
No, I thought it was a good bar. I think it's a bar that's going to backfire on Kendrick. That's all I was saying. Because we can see the comparisons between Drake and Mike based off stats and impact and, just being the most popular artist numbers-wise for his generation. That's not a slight, it's a compliment to call Drake Michael Jackson. I think he set himself up for two very lyrical people like Drake and Cole to break down how easily Kendrick is not Prince. Like, I think he set himself up with that bar. That's all I'm saying. I like the bar. It just, that's so easy to flip. Nothing about Kendrick is Prince. I don't mean that in a bad way. There's no comparison. I think, like I said before, easy flip for Cole. You rap on my beats. I actually do my production. Who's really Prince? Who's really Prince in this situation?
Kendrick did perform with Prince. Just want to put that out there.
Okay. So did
I'm saying
so did the baby's ex-girlfriend.
saying, but
yeah, come on, Rory. Come on.
Well, just follow the lyric though. If he performed with Prince and then Drake, what did Drake have to do to align himself with Mike? Take away the number one thing. Drake had to buy a Mike record to be put next to Mike. That's, I guess, the more appropriate comparison. Like, he bought what's that one shitty record where you always say it's not?
I don't even think it's Michael Jackson. But after he did that song, none of us went, oh yeah, now he's next to Mike.
Nah, but that was supposed to be like the big flex moment. Like, I got a song.
Oh, you're going towards like the Jadakiss line on Checkmate. I did real songs with Big, no made up shit.
Pretty much.
See what you're saying. Yeah.
So yes, exactly. Like in this case, Prince and Kendrick, like there's video footage of it. It actually happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know.
Fuck all that. All I know is
also like, not to be morbid, Mike and Prince. I mean, the lifespans weren't too far, unfortunately.
Well,
he didn't leave that much fucking longer.
Yeah, it's that part of it, but then it's also like maybe he's saying that Prince is more.
Prince kept putting music out, yeah.
After
Mike did.
Listen, man, the verse is just okay, man. That's just where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not even trying to dissect bars. That shit wasn't like that.
Let me ask y'all this: what happens when Drake and Cole start getting into the business talk, and we see now that Kendrick, and I mean this respectfully, I'm just bringing up points. Mo, if I was a fly on the wall in the studio, some things I would bring up. Kendrick is now this point in his career starting his first business. What happens when Drake and Cole start getting on the business talk? Because they have been far more superior, and it's not even close, than Kendrick when it comes to that. I understand Kendrick was in a deal, like this and that, but that's some talk Kendrick can't even be in the same realm as them. Like, you just starting your first label now, that's cute.
I think that's the angle. Like, I think it's because at this level, what are you really talking about? I think it's more about like the opulence. Like when Drake said,
who brushed me? Mute who's ever in the blender.
What did Drake say on that Harlow record? He said, my realtor out here playing Monopoly. Like, it's shit like that. Like, you don't discuss with me if you don't own property. My realtor out here playing Monopoly. Like, I mean, I'm saying, I think like
we know Kendrick owns property.
I get that, but I'm saying to your point, it's the business opulence and wealth that Kendrick may not be on the same level.
Listen, man, it can't. If it goes that way, it's come on. Like, so I don't even want it to go that way. Like,
get the cape on, Mo.
Well, Mo, that's all I was saying with being killed on Twitter. I'm just saying that Kendrick is more vulnerable than people think he is. There's a lot to say about him if he chooses to shoot at Drake and Cole. Like,
hey, girl.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, hey, Amara's here. Sorry, she wasn't really into the Kendrick diss. She's much more. She's waiting for her Miss Rachel to diss the other YouTubers.
He
I'm
puts
sorry.
up bigger numbers than everybody, by the way.
Yeah, matter of fact, Miss Rachel will smoke the big three in a heartbeat. Nobody's putting up Miss Rachel numbers.
Um,
That's Michael Jackson. Oh,
uh,
there's a bad kid joke there. Damn it.
I'm sure. There's a lot of people that would like to speak. I don't know how you guys want to do this. I could pick people.
Yeah, just pick people.
Okay, so it's Richie, Himothy, Ace, J, and then Itinosa. I cannot pronounce that. So Richie, Richie, go ahead.
I think we're looking at this wrong. Everybody's saying the verse was okay, but the verse was a direct response to first person shooter. So every line is a response to first person shooter. So you look at it from that context, and to me, that's where the problem is. It didn't come from nowhere. They were shooting at him first. He's shooting back. This is just a return fire. That's it. So we can try to do damage control for the other two guys, but they shot at him first. He's shooting back. That's it.
Okay, what if I told you there was a hypothetical situation that when Drake was doing the first version of for all the dogs, he reached out to Kendrick to do a record, and they didn't see eye to eye on it, and it got scrapped. And then he ends up doing first person shooter with Cole, and he tried to make a moment. Kendrick just did not want to be a part of it.
Hypothetically, is this
hypothetically?
Hypothetically.
Then what? Because I'm about to shoot at you on first person shooter if I try to make a moment and you didn't want to do this.
What the fuck is that?
Maybe the bridges were it was too far gone. That's probably what it is. If it was a hypothetical, I'm just assume it was too far gone.
In what way?
He said no. It ain't no reconciling. It had no went too far. They dissed each other, and it was too public. Once we get to shooting at each other, blood gets spilled. Ain't no we gonna meet in the middle and shake hands. No, we gonna keep one of us till they drop the casket on one of us, and that's what it seemed like. It's what it is.
Okay, but what if Kendrick agreed to do the record?
Thank you.
And then ended up not doing the record? Would you not feel a fucking way?
Well,
because I certainly would.
I look at it like this. I can say what I want to say.
I don't.
I can say what I want to say. Until it's recorded, it ain't nothing to be done.
But that you kind of answered the hypothetical. Allegedly, speculatively. Here's the beat. Send me your verse. No. Send me your verse. No. Send me your verse. No. Stalemate. There goes the record.
If I'm putting the album together and I have this idea for a moment and I give you the entire breakdown of how I want to do the record, send you the beat, and you agree, but then refuse to send your verse back because I'm not sending mine yet because I'm still working on it, and then say fuck this after you agree to do something, and we're not trying to diss each other nothing, but you want to wait till I'm done with all my shit so you can then write. Yeah, I can see if Drake would feel the way.
Wouldn't everybody feel that way if we had beef prior to all this, and now
exactly.
we both? Oh, so what I'm saying is I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm shooting at him on first person shooter with Cole.
Okay, so when I shoot back, what you crying for?
Oh, I agree there. Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. Drake and Cole shouldn't be crying. They've been subbing back and forth for years.
See what?
But if I try to mend it, even when Drake and Hove had beef, they still did music together. There's still somewhat of a respect level there that you don't play with me when we're working on an album. And if I ask you to do something, you say no, it is what it is. But if you say yes, then drag me along while I'm trying to get my album done, and it feels like you just playing games with me. Yeah, if I end up getting on a record with Cole on my album, someone might get dissed.
Drake and Hove ain't equals. Hove is clearly the big dog.
Which proves the point even more.
Drake and K-Dot, they equals. That means we still fighting for the spot. And
exactly.
And to be honest, let's be real. K-Dot better than all of them. He number one in my mind. He better than all of them.
That's your opinion. That's fine.
I think it's collective. That it's not even up for debate. Drake got ghostwriting on him. He got that. He got an asterisk by his name. He Barry Bonds. He cannot get in the Hall of Fame.
What if you found out Keem wrote
No,
some
no, stop. We
of his
can't
shit?
go and do that. What if he Barry Bonds? He can't get in the Hall of Fame.
Nah, that's cool. I'm fine with Barry Bonds being in the Hall of Fame.
Barry
And
Bonds
P
is not in the
Rose.
Hall of Fame.
What if you found out Keem wrote shit?
Are we doing this?
I'm
You
just
talking
asking
about?
you.
We speculating now? We know Quentin Miller
Am
wrote
I?
for Drake. We know Quentin Miller. You really think King wrote what? What King wrote for himself?
I mean, I saw someone's style specifically changed directly to Baby Keem, so I mean, I think it's a fair speculation.
Man, we got reference strikes and people getting beat up behind this shit. Man, stop.
People getting beat up over ghostwriting is crazy. But I mean, all right, cool. Yeah, he has that asterisk. We know that. So if your opinion is Kendrick is a better MC than Drake based off the Quentin Miller references, I'm not here to argue with you on that. That's your opinion, and that's fine.
No,
That's not really something
I
I
don't
care to
base
argue.
it on that. But I mean, if we need something to break the tie. That's the easiest thing that can break the tie.
No. Now it's time to break the tie.
No.
We're at the moment now.
See, I mean, that's definitive because what I said was subjective.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is subjective, so I'm not going on my opinion. I can't do that. But what we can go on is what's factual. Quentin Miller wrote that, and we not gonna act like that didn't happen. That happened. So and you can't get Kanye can't get in the Hall of Fame of writers because we know somebody to write for him.
That's not
So,
true.
That is not true.
That's so unfair to say.
That is insane.
So hold on, wait. So Kanye in he in the top 3 of all time MCs. Kanye.
Well, you
Well,
just
you just added
changed
a
the
whole nother
discussion. You
thing
just
to this.
said
Yeah, I
Hall
didn't
of
say
Fame. Now you're saying
Kanye West
top
is a
3.
top 3 MC. Is
And
Kanye West in the
you
Hall of
see,
Fame? Yes,
and
with
come
his pen too. Yes, he is.
this what we doing. Kanye in the top 3. That's what I'm asking all time. Kanye. We gonna say
No,
goats. Let's just okay.
you
Since we
changed the
not
argument.
You
no
keep
all
changing
right.
it.
What I meant to say was goats of writers.
Oh no, I'm not saying Kanye West is a top 3 writer of all time. I'm not saying that.
This is what the fight is for. These guys going for the generational top spot. And to me,
But
Drake
that's so
is.
much more than writing. But I feel you.
We can say artist. Drake is clearly the better artist. We're not gonna do that. He got artists all wrapped up. But when we talking about pure MC, well, we sit in the room in the studio when the we beat right down. We got 16 bars to figure this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is excluded,
I don't know that to be true.
and I'm saying it. And I'm a writer myself. So as a
Mm-hmm.
writer myself, he can't sit in the room with me and talk that shit to me. Just as a
I
writer.
I think that's an unfair point when you are at the level that
How is it
Drake
unfair?
is.
He got PED. He got PEDs. Not rumors on him. It's been proven.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm suggesting is if you're putting together an album and you're one of the biggest artists ever, yes, you're going to collaborate with a lot of people. To say that Drake can't sit in a room by himself with you as a writer and not come out with anything is
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
that's insane. Like
no.
I
Okay,
fully believe Drake could sit in a room all by himself and pen some of the greatest shit ever. Just because
that's
Quentin
not my argument.
was in the six with his woes, yeah, I mean, I get the asterisk. I feel you on that, and I understand what you're saying. But to say that Drake is not a writer and can't sit in a room with people like Kendrick and Cole, just them and a beat, no help at all, yes, I have full faith that Drake can come out with an incredible verse.
Okay.
Not a
Remember,
doubt in my mind.
let me say. Remember when Drake said first name greatest, last name ever?
Sure. Yeah, Cardinal
Because
Official. Yeah, no,
I'm
I know.
saying but I'm saying because of those allegations, we gonna strike that out. We put an X through that. That's not him no more. He can't be that. As far as writers go, he can't be that.
So if I write a majority of my shit, all my real rapping shit is my pen and my pen only. But when it
We have to.
comes to making hit records, I have help. Now my
We,
pen is in question when it comes
we,
to just rapping. Just rapping.
we'll have to speculate that because we got reference tracks. We got to speculate all that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I feel differently, but I understand your point.
Okay, moving on. Timothy.
Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
All right, bet. Yeah, no, man. I just thought, I don't know. In the comments so far, it's felt a little biased. Like I hear the shit that people are saying about Kendrick. Definitely hear the comments people are making with, Drake and Cole being more active. That's a fact. I just don't get like the surprise or the I don't know, where people kind of raining on Kendrick, where it's like, yo, this nigga hasn't really collaborated with either of them in like 12 years. So like, if I got a friend that never goes out to the club with me, like never acts like my friend for like over 12 years, am I gonna hit him up 12 years later and be like, hey, you trying to hit the club tonight? Like that don't really make sense to me. So I don't get why he would think like with the, the narrative of the first person shooter, whatever, that nigga decided he didn't want to be on the song. That nigga just kind of decided he didn't want to be on the song. Like that just is what it is. When he's been the most competitive and aggressive out of the three without the sneak dissing, and then if we look at the lyrics of this track that dropped today, we're looking at a scenario where I think 2 or 3 times he mentions in there, this is not a sneak diss, and then proceeds to aim a missile at both of their fucking heads. So I don't get where all of this, we have to, you're not going to be able to conduct a narrative big enough to get these little light-skinned niggas out of this missile. They're going to have to come out here. They're going to have to rap. It's time to rap now. It's time to put the beats. It's time to the cool little tour that I went to in Kentucky last week. Second row. Amazing experience. One thing I noticed is that I've noticed at a couple of these tour stops, Drake has the biggest song. He has the biggest career. He's the biggest superstar. I feel like Cole is out here really trying to show he really does this rapping shit. I feel like Kendrick has already solidified, nigga, I'm the artist. And that's what the Prince reference is. Prince was known as the artist. Prince was known by many. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, but I'm also a musician. So I know Prince played 27 fucking instruments. So there's, it's not just, he's comparing how long they were alive. No, that was a triple entendre. And it was another fucking missile aimed at this light-skinned nigga's head. So we're not going to be able to duck all of the bars. I feel like a lot of people in this chat need to pull up the Genius, and pull up the lyrics, walk through it, sit on it for more than 24 hours, and then let's begin to talk about the strategic. I've never seen a hood nigga more strategic when it comes to Future and when it comes to Metro. These are some strategic ass hood niggas. I'm proud of
Oh
these
no,
niggas.
I've seen people line plenty of people up. The
I
hood is the
agree.
most strategic.
Hey, it's just a joke. I'm just making a joke. But I
No,
say it
I'm
to say
fucking with you
this:
too.
the intro, bro. The intro, a lot of the messaging, like him in the background, like hate all over you. Like he's setting the tone for it. Then we go directly into the second track. I think that's another one where they don't tell you that the Weeknd's on it, but the Weeknd in the background humming on the shit. That
Yeah,
shit
I think
pause. That
that's
shit's
cool.
crazy.
Like Easter egg shots. Like I appreciate
Right.
that type of stuff. I do want to be clear, and I haven't looked at the chat because I'm holding my psychotic toddler.
Don't talk about.
I'm super happy that Kendrick did this, even though I'm just trying to have full dialogue about the entire thing. I'm so happy Kendrick did this, and I think fuck all the stats, accolades, everything. Cole and Drake have to reply because
Absolutely.
Kendrick directly shot at y'all, and y'all look nuts if you don't. I don't care who sold the most. I don't care who's Michael Jackson. I don't
Right.
care if Cole is on his fucking city bike and is doing positive vibes. I don't care whose auntie became a man. Like I am here now and so happy that Kendrick Lamar popped out of
Oh
nowhere
yeah.
again and just did that shit. So
It's
I'm
straight.
with you. I want to make
It's
sure that's
straight
very clear.
violence.
I'm so
No,
happy
for
that
sure.
Kendrick did this.
I've just seen a lot of people going like, "Oh, this is Control all over. He has to drop an album."
Nah,
When
way
it's
different than Control. Way different.
yeah, like I just don't subscribe to that, bro. I think this is good for the sport. You know what I mean? Like this is like I don't have a great analogy, so I'll leave it. But I feel like this is good for the sport, bro. This is gonna give us a good summer if everybody plays their part. I do think that Drake is at a disadvantage. I think that Cole is at somewhat of an advantage because it seems like he's just been playing shortstop, ready to catch whatever's hit his way. So I'm eager to see that back and forth more than I'm eager to see Drake because I feel like with the music Drake has been releasing recently, and I'm a huge Drake fan, it is not to the bar level of what Cole and Kendrick have been releasing. And that's, I think, what is scary. Like Kendrick told these niggas, like, mention my name and the Candyman will appear. And now look what you just did. Congratulations. Like, I don't get it, but niggas better get to rapping. You're not
I'm
gonna be able
I'm
to get sexy red to get you out of this one.
I'm with you there, and I am also more excited for Cole's response,
Damn.
just because I'm curious what his one. I think he's in the best shape he's been in, and I'm just curious what battle Cole was like.
Roy.
Ace. Ace. Julian, would you like to say something
No,
before?
I don't want to change the subject yet because I'm sure they have better questions. But I was just gonna say, Rory, and you might agree with this. I think the biggest loser here is Big Sean. Unfortunately, he keeps just
Oh man,
getting stomped
Yeah.
on. It's so sad that this keeps happening to this guy.
and we were
He,
just talking
yeah,
on Thursday, like we're so excited for Sean to come back out. Sean is quietly one of my favorites. I love that he was talking his shit
yeah.
in those snippets and the video. Like the single's cool. Yeah,
It's just,
he can't catch a fucking
you
break.
can't catch a break, bro. He's on like his deep breath mantra shit, like eating greens only. He's got like an 8 pack. Like he still can't
Yeah,
catch a break.
yeah. You know what I mean? Listen, bro. If I waited this long to come back out and like reintroduce my career, and I've been on this positive shit, just had a kid, and then Kendrick did that in the exact form he did with Control, and my album rolled out. I'm going back in the ayahuasca tank, and I don't know if I'm ever coming back out.
For real, bro. Just go to Joshua Tree. Like,
And to your point, Julian, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think Kendrick timed that perfectly. I truly think he knew what he was doing. And to that other gentleman's point, Kendrick is one of the most strategic hood niggas, and I think he really did that on purpose. I
no,
mean, this
I'll push back there because this isn't. Remember, this isn't a Kendrick release. This is a Future release. This is an Epic Futures through Epic.
that's fair. That's
This
fair.
isn't. Kendrick had no control of when this came out. I just think
Fact.
the timing is just really unfortunate if you're Big Sean.
Yeah.
Ace, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to just like if we can just like stop beating around the bush for a few things. Drake and let's just start from the kind of the beginning. Like Drake and we can use Big Sean. Both of those guys kind of got in their feelings from the control verse from the very beginning when Kendrick really meant it to be like a very sport. And Roy, you said it earlier. It's just for the sport. He's like, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Literally the same thing that Cole said on First Person Shooter. Feel like we the big three, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Literally the same shit. But at that time, Drake and Sean took it a certain way. Now, a few years later, obviously, fucking Metro and Drake fell out over what you can assume to be a woman, or it could be some other shit. I could find that out a little later. And now, since Metro's only a producer, Future stepping up is like, all right, well, you can't say shit next to this nigga because you're just a producer. They do end up doing this album, but Future isn't the rapper that Drake is. So they reach out to Kendrick and they get this type of verse. And granted, the history between Drake and Kendrick is what it is. It's a perfect opportunity for Kendrick to let off his little clip or whatever. Since the fact that First Person Shooter's been out and for the years these guys been going back and forth. So I just feel like it really where it is now is everything is pretty much on the weight of Drake's shoulders. Like, is he really going to respond to Kendrick, or is he going to duck Kendrick and respond directly to Future? Because him going at Meek shouldn't be really revered as as that. Like Drake is the way better rapper than Meek, in my opinion. I think most people's opinion. He is a better rapper than Kanye. He kind of ducked, push it to a degree. He didn't, really go to toe to toe a degree where I feel like most people would say. Now he's going up against another artist that him, Cole, and Kendrick both share that same, top three, or if you want to call it market space, whatever the case may be, as far as like just being the top tier rappers of this generation. It's really on Cole, on Drake to be like, all right, well, he laid the red carpet out. It's like for us to really like go down, for throw down or whatever. So it's in my opinion, like it's on Drake to really like take it there because
Mm.
it's been all subliminal up until this point, and Kendrick's like no sneak this, and now it's up.
Well, I think what you said there is interesting because yeah, Drake he has to look at this holistically. He's got yes, Metro, Future, and Kendrick to respond to, and this might not just be something he can address all in one record or at one time. Cole's a little easier. If Cole wants to say anything, it's obviously just a Kendrick. But yeah, I think there's way more on Drake's plate in terms of how he wants to handle everybody that has, was once cool with him that has now taken their sights and are aiming at him.
But the only one that really matters is like like because this whole situation, like the whole album. I mean, I haven't heard the whole album. I heard like a few songs, but the biggest moment of this album is Kendrick's verse,
Yeah.
and that's the one that really like proves that if you don't have Kendrick's verse on here, this album, even though it's "We Don't Trust You," it's mainly a lot of it's targeted at Drake. It's a direct response at Drake and Metro's beef, but without Kendrick, it's no cheek on Drake's armor. But Kendrick being on there, now you be like, okay, he felt that, and he has to, in my opinion, and I think for the general public's opinion, is like you need to see some retaliation of that. Like responding to Metro and Future really does nothing
I
for
don't.
Drake. Because I
But I
mean,
think, but I think Drake will because he's an emotional guy. Whereas
he,
like
no, he
The
will. I
Kendrick thing,
imagine he will.
yeah,
But
the Kendrick thing is just music, right? So it's like their spats, future Drake and Kendrick's spats are purely reserved on music, on records. Drake and Future have like a friendship history. They have, touring history. Obviously now women involved as in Metro. Like these are more personal beefs. Whereas like to us, the consumer, it might not, mean as much as like obviously seeing Drake square up against someone that's also in the top three conversation. But I think there's so much more like in Drake's like heart and character, where the future relationship and Metro thing probably hurts more to him personally. The Kendrick's whatever. That's gonna be this way.
yeah, I just don't know at this point. Like I said, because there's nothing that Future can do against Drake that necessarily, unless it's off wax, that really is gonna like tarnish Drake's image or anything. Like at this point, there's no love lost. These guys like they had a run or whatever. It's been a lot of time removed for these guys to not harbor any resentment towards a lost friendship. It just is what it is right now. Like they drew the line in the sand with this album and a few things before this. Now it's like, all right, well, you got to put out an album and you had to go get the big dog to like really try to make me stumble or whatever. Now
Yeah.
it's on Drake, in my opinion, to respond back. Cole is just kind of an inner bystander, as you can see in that verse. Kendrick really, didn't really aim at Cole. Cole is there for the sport, and we all gonna appreciate it. But with Drake and Kendrick, it's personal, and it can get deeper, I guess. But other than that, like Cole and Kendrick is kind of like prize match fight type shit.
I guess, but I wouldn't say Cole's innocent in this by any means. Like,
Definitely not.
you are the company you keep. He chose a side. He did a world tour. He's on this tour with Drake. Like, they're very close. Regardless if he's been taking shots at him lyrically, his actions still show which side he's on. So
And
there's still a case to be made there.
I like to add that like I'm a big J. Cole fan. He is my favorite, but I do understand Kendrick feeling some type of way if you're hanging around with someone that I constantly go back and forth with. Like to
Yeah.
me, it's just very understandable from a logic perspective of um that my enemy and my friend hangs out with my enemy. Like not saying that they're enemies. This just could be for fun or whatever. But I'm gonna look at you a little sideways in real life if we were friends. So it is the industry, so I never try to make those connections. But some of these artists are sensitive. And the next person was Jay.
Hey, what's going on? I was hoping Ma was still in here, but anyway, I just want to speak on the hiatus situation with Kendrick. Um, I know he disappear every 5 years or whatnot, but we can't lie and say like when he come in, like he really do shape the culture. If it's a moment or not. Even the way he rap, like his cadence, like it's just different. Like it's a different type of feel. Like even how sharp Drake pen is, he don't give us that same feeling, in my opinion. But I'm just happy it's going down. We waited for this for like 10 or 12 years, and they can't say it wasn't a name on the bullet. He shot direct. So whether Drake responds tonight or tomorrow, they're gonna have to respond. And to what Julian was saying, I'm from the west side of Detroit, so it's definitely fucked up that Big Sean keep getting stepped on every single time. Like this is crazy. And also in Detroit, we don't play Eminem, so he is terrible to us too.
My
But that's pretty
guy.
much.
Let's
But that's
go.
all I had to say for real.
Do not hype
Yeah, all
Julian.
right, all right. Say that in front of Trick Trick.
Oh, I definitely would.
You know you wouldn't.
See, I
No,
wouldn't.
I don't think anyone would.
I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. Iregi.
Yeah, it's at a no, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. So my main point I want to get across is just the J. Cole aspect because, like you said, that you my friend and you my enemy. But like, then wasn't there supposed to be like a joint album with them earlier in the year, like in the days back in the days? That just never happened. So I'm really interested to see how J. Cole handles this whole thing. Like he's been trying to stay neutral for a minute, and then seeing them on first person shooter or and the deluxe album earlier, just kind of like you said, like put his foot on in the ground and stuff like that. I'm just trying to see like what do you guys expect from J. Cole in this battle, and like is he going to stay neutral? Is he going to go or is he going to go straight for the number one spot? Which means he has to also go at Drake at the same time. So I just want to know what that looks like.
I think he has the most pressure on him, and out the gate, I think he has to go directly for the jugular. Like, I think Drake could check the temperature and put out similar to like a charged up.
Mm-hmm.
Cole has never, like, this isn't his lane, and I'm saying he can't do it. I have full confidence that Cole can, but he has to come out the gate. The most pressure is on Cole. Drake's been here, L's, dubs, like he's been through this. He's not going to be judged as harshly. Cole has to come out the gate. Like Cole can't do just some half-ass like let me check the temperature. Nah, it's time. Cole. Kendrick
Yeah,
jumped out the window,
I
even though
agree.
he's not battle tested either. Kendrick did jump out the window and went direct. Cole has the most pressure. Cole has to come out right away.
So are we expecting like dirt and slander being thrown in this rhymes? Like what are we expecting from Cole? Because like first you don't give me that type of person that he goes to that realm, right? So I'm just trying to figure out Cole as a rapper. I know he got the bars. He's gonna come correct with the bars. It's just like what type of like energy
I
is
think
attached to it.
Kendrick made a decision, and I know Cole is big kumbaya. You just gotta
Yeah,
accept what
yeah, yeah,
happened and go nuts. Start talking about how you was on my dick at the beginning of the career. Like talk about Section 80 beat, high power. Talk about everything. You
yeah,
got to come
yeah,
out the gate. Kendrick made a decision. We're
yeah,
here
yeah,
now. So to try to be coy and be like, oh, I don't want him to hate me. He already made it very
yeah,
clear
yeah,
on
yeah.
wax what time he's on. So if you hesitate and be like, nah, it's all love. I think it's bigger if we all were together rather than shooting at each other. Nah,
Yeah.
like no, no,
Yo,
Cole,
Rory,
you can't do that.
Rory, I had a question.
A B, we going by order. Put your
My
hand.
bad, my bad, my bad, my
It's
bad.
okay. We're just trying to make sure everyone gets to speak. So it's gonna be Slatty, Tasty, I Am, and Charcuterie, and then AB. So Slatty.
Yo,
Charcuterie.
uh, I don't know why people are expecting a record from Drake or Cole. I think this is like when people talk about the top three, I'm pretty sure they're just talking about, in my opinion, who's delivering at the moment. And I'm a fan of all three, but I don't know how you guys feel. I forgot kind of your takes on it, but Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was just cool to me, and the same thing should be said for all the dogs. Like that, both those albums kind of came and went for me. So to me, I feel like the person that's being looked at the most right now is Cole. Like if he really delivers with this album, which I feel like people are just expecting a record, I feel like it's more so about current bodies of work. I feel like if Cole delivers with this album, then he can kind of clearly show I'm at the top of this three, whatever the hell you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
And
we were
I feel like,
oh, go ahead,
hey,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say, if there are diss tracks, I love Michael Jackson, but if Kendrick Lamar makes a tie between Michael and Drake messing with underage kids, Twitter's gonna go in a frenzy.
That's funny.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Mike did that, but I'm problematic. We just shot a Patreon episode yesterday. Ironically, not even knowing this obviously was about to happen, based off Big Sean putting out that snippet and talking about the big three. We just got into a full debate. So to what you just brought
Hmm.
up, how I feel, Drake and Kendrick right now, I'm not saying it looked like a decline musically because I really did like Mr. Morale, but I need to be in like the right mood for it. It's not Damn. And I was very critical for All the Dogs. Cole is the only one right now, if we're splitting up their careers, right? It's been 10 years. We're looking at the second half of their careers. Cole looks like he has the most steam and looks like, and I'm speculating, as of today, he would have the better second half of the career as far as where he is now as an artist and what he's putting out. This moment happening changes things drastically because now Cole went from the guy that was rapping when the other two weren't rapping. Yeah, he has to now really show up. Like, I kind of take back my whole point that I had yesterday. If Cole doesn't show up with this shit, he looks funny in the light, and now Kendrick goes above, in my opinion, as far as what the next 10 years are looking like. You can't duck the smoke and then think you can go about the second half of your career, especially when you look like you're the number one out of the three. You're not plateauing. You're getting better. If you put the last 3 albums out, I still think Cole had the best one for everyone's last release. He's the only one that looks like he's going in an incline, not a plateau or a decline. But now it's Kendrick put him in a position now to show and prove. He'll look funny in the light if he doesn't show up while he's doing his album rollout, which is also fucked up. I'd be so mad if I was Cole right now. I'm trying to put this fucking album out and I gotta go sit and write diss records to you. I'd be pissed.
Tasty.
Okay, hello. Hi, Kiera. Hi, Rory. Hi,
Hi.
Nee. Hi. And everyone. I okay. To me, and I have a question, but to me, I feel like Drake, Cole, Kendrick, I just think of them as like, my 3 favorite like ice creams. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all cold, they all got good taste, but I feel like it's only one of them that continuously just to me has that replay value, that full effect as far as stage presence and also bars. And I'm just to me, I really want to know. Not everybody has to answer, but basically, like if you had to go, from 1 to 3 as far as bars, who would it be? And from 1 to 3 as far as the full artist concept, who would it be? And that's all I wanted to ask.
This is tough to say because, like, I
I
want to make
know.
it clear that I could change my mind at any moment. As far as like bars go, I want to tell the truth. I do have Drake at 1.
What?
Cole at 2. Kendrick at 3.
Wait, let him answer the other half.
Artist wise, Drake, Kendrick, then Cole.
Wow. Okay.
You're
Wow.
fair to ask. You're fair to ask a follow up. I know I'm going to get smoked for that answer, but
Yeah.
I'm here to be truthful. This is my personal taste.
Drag. Drag.
I think.
Kiera.
Boo, white boy.
Yeah,
Boo.
no, I know.
Okay,
And
so
Because you're
what's
white,
funny is
Rory.
this
I
is
see
no,
what
but
they're
this is where the
talking
ASAP
about,
Yams
Rory.
tweet doesn't work. Because if I was the
Kiera.
white hip hop nerd, I'd be like Kendrick all day. I love Urban Outfitters and Good Kid, Mad City. Like,
Oh, oh.
I'm not doing the
Rory, I
white
see
hip
what
hop
they
hipster take.
Well, let me just say you
Drake's
sound like the
bars
the black
for
girl
the
right now, being me, because that's exactly what I. But I would like to ask you when you're talking about the full artist concept, right? And Drake being number one, and then when you're talking about the bars and Drake being number one on that. Um, First off, I'm pretty sure. Have you been to a Drake concert? I'm pretty sure you have, right?
yes.
And then as far as the bars, have you ever at each release had to break down or fully like be taken aback by Drake's bars? And I'm asking for each release. Like, have you had that moment?
That I've been taken aback by Drake's bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a
Okay.
content over bars type of person. I think all 3 of them have proven that they are elite rappers as far as just flow and rapping. I prefer content, and I think Drake, even though people, I know I'm going to sound nuts, He has a widespread of different content with his bars. He touches so many fucking topics. I think he's an incredible rapper, and I just prefer his bars. I think all three are elite, but my ears over the last 15 years have fallen more on Drake's bars and replay value than the other
than
two.
the others. I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. Just going back to the ice cream, stuff. I really believe that, like, if we're looking at it, um, Drake is a vanilla with some chocolate fudge. Kendrick is your butter pecan, and then you have Drake, who is your cookie dough ice cream. And I'll let you sit on that and
All
eat
it's
that as
all
you
of it.
may.
I'm
But
not
I'm
eating
just,
anything.
oh, you don't have to eat it. No, you don't have to eat it. But I just say that to say that when it comes down to it, it's a great combination, but it's just not as intricate as the others, and I don't think it has the
What? Well,
texture
I
and
guess I
you
don't want to
know,
get like too nerdy.
yeah.
What is more intricate about like do I think that Drake could do the Heart Part 5? No, of course not. I think Kendrick is deserved that Pulitzer Prize. Like, he's one of the most incredible writers. But if I'm looking at everyone's career in totality, not just even their albums, I'm talking Lucy's, I'm talking mixtape, like everything. Yeah, I just don't. I think because Drake got so big, we tend to forget how good of a rapper he is. Like, yeah, we're talking about the Control verse and what Kendrick did on the Future song. Has anyone listened to 5 a.m. in Toronto lately? Like,
Woo! Yeah.
I think we get Drake very fucked up in how he is as a rapper. And I'm saying my personal opinion. If somebody said you're wrong to say Drake is number one over Kendrick and Cole, I get it. Like, I'm talking about my personal opinion.
Tasty, do you do timestamp records or the Heart series?
The heart. The heart series. Listen.
Damn.
Listen. This is hold on.
All right. First of all, that's not
Okay.
super fair because like the
Okay.
Heart Part 3 that I love also has Soul and J Rock on it. Like, not all the hearts are just Kendrick, even though that series is incredible. Heart Part 2 is one of my favorite joints. But
I'm not
it's an unfair thing. Like, the timestamp
okay.
shit smokes anyone's series, in my opinion.
Exactly. And so, just saying, I know Kiera says she's a big J. Cole fan, and I know you're
I am
coming
too.
from. Well, yeah, we're
Huge
all
J. Cole
big
fan.
fans of all of them. Let's just
I'm
be honest. Like I
biased.
said, this my trio. This Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle. But again,
Who's
there's a
Michelle?
Beyonce. Exactly. And so my thing is, and there's a Kelly. And then I think we all should know who the Michelle is. Talented, but who the Michelle is. And that's your Michelle. I got you.
So I will say
Nah,
that
they're more
I'm not.
TLC. You
I'm
couldn't
gonna
really
be.
figure out who you like the most in TLC.
I'm,
They
I'm
were
gonna
all
be.
equally good.
I'm
Destiny
gonna be
Child different.
very honest on how I feel about it. I do agree that Drake is Beyonce. I feel like from the masses, Drake is Beyonce, and at one point Kendrick was Kelly, but I think it started to shift. It started to.
Amara does
It,
not agree with anything you guys are saying right now.
I'm just saying that as a J. Cole fan, I used to feel like he was the most underrated out of the three. So I've always felt like they've always just put him at three, and the other two are fighting for one. That's always, you can put whoever you want on one, and I'm just happy as a Cole fan that now he's getting the appreciation that people want to. He was my number one. I'm just saying I appreciate that other people are starting to see, and it took all these features and all these things for everyone to see it. But I feel like I always saw it. I just felt like he's not a catty girl like the rest of the girls that be fighting. So it's like for him, he's fine with just chilling in the back, and I think he is just fine like with what he does. He's comfortable with it. He's happy with it. I think at one point he was chasing those things, and then he said like I don't want to chase that no more, and he just started doing his own thing, and now he's still doing his own thing. But now people want to change the rating for him because now he's being a little more aggressive, I guess, but I still feel like he's not. Even when he's dissing someone, he's trying to compliment them. Like, the man is sick. I would love him to stop being Mr. Kumbaya. But that is Cole, and that's why I love him personally. But I would also like him to get in the mud with these bitches. But yeah, so that is me. The next person is
Well, if you ask the
I
question now,
think
though, like that's in their history. Currently,
yeah.
right now, I have Cole,
I'm talking about
Drake,
before.
and then Kendrick as far as
I'm talking about
bars
before.
right now, today.
As a person that was like a really big Cole fan, Dahlia's here. Like I met a lot of people through Twitter, and we just love J. Cole and went to concerts and all that stuff. It's just like for me, it was just like I just connected with him more as an artist. So I can't sit here and argue about who's better when I just connect with this person more. I felt their music touched me more. I felt like their albums were better for me, for maybe what I was going through and things like that. So I like to be unbiased with it when it comes to that, because I know that that's just my personal connection to that artist. And I think a lot of us, that's the case, because it's all our opinions. But I do feel like now everyone loves Cole. I remember people saying Cole shouldn't even be in the top 3, and now they're like, no, he's better. Everyone's going easy, and J. Cole's not playing no more or whatever. And I just felt like he just didn't care, and now he feels like putting a little sauce in the shit, and that's cool to me, and I love that. So yeah, I am with the smoke, because there's 2 I ams now. Charcuterie, and then the Don and the Dahlia. But yeah.
Are
Oh,
we able to
Maul
make comments?
of course. I'm just trying to keep it organized, because I just don't want to hear people screaming over each other. This is not Clubhouse. we we're not
Thankfully.
we're not going back to the ghetto.
You're
But
doing
yeah,
a great job, Kiara.
thanks, Julian. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that everyone gets to speak, and if y'all could just speak on your own without me calling and just be respectful of each other, that's fine with me. If everyone else is fine with it, I just don't want nobody yelling. Once y'all get to yelling, treat people like children. But y'all can talk freely. How about that? Just be respectful and take turns. No yelling over each other or whatever. How about
Uh,
that? You can put your hands down. Just
Awesome. I just wanted to make one comment. I
okay.
feel like people are trying to pigeonhole J. Cole as Michelle, if we're using that example.
It's
And
an
we're
awful
not
example.
talking about sideline story J. Cole. We're actually talking about D. Cole, right? Like if you pay attention to these Lucy's he's putting out, it's under a new name. It's coming with different heat. Like, yes, he's still touching some of the production, but he's letting his hands off some of that. Like, I think we need to put a little bit more respect on his name. And I, Rory, I feel you as far as like Drake being seasoned and battles or whatever, but Meek is not Kendrick and Meek is not J. Cole. And I think Drake is going to have a long day post Quentin to be able to bring it really bar for bar. And I was a
Okay,
huge
you're right.
Drake fan. But what I've seen in the last 5 years, not even just looking at For the Dogs, it has declined.
You're also saying that in hindsight, though. Like, let's not pretend like when that Twitter fingers thing happened, Meek wasn't at the peak of his career. He had the history perception that he was a battle rapper. He had the streets. He had the energy. Like, let's not act like Meek was just some slouch. We saw the result. That's why we speak of it that way. But let's not just be like, yo, he was shooting at nobody. Because Meek was with Nicki at that time. Like, he was that dude. That album was crazy. That was the height of Meek Mill. So I feel
Fair.
you, but it's a little different. Now, I think I could say the same thing from Cole's perspective. Hey, Cole, Drake and Kendrick are not Little Pump. As much as I love 1985, I think that's a brilliant response. The only shit you've replied to is Diggy Simmons on Breakfast Club, and then you did Lil Pump 1985 and said in that record, nobody play with my name or it's over. And his name is being played with now. So don't shoot at Lil Pump and not at Kendrick when he plays with your name. That's all.
Well,
All right, let me say
but
But do
this
you
real
not think
quick.
that's
holy
picking and choosing
shit.
Let
with
me
wait,
shots?
wait.
I think we
this
should
What's
I
keep the
what?
am with the
hands, to be
smoke.
honest.
Let me just get my
it was definitely okay. I'm gonna go back to the list. I am, and then charcuterie.
All right,
Oh,
so
sorry. I know you said we could speak freely. I was just waiting my turn. My fault.
I definitely agree with Rory out the gate.
But real
Uh,
quick, I just wonder why
hold on one
no
second,
one
bro.
ever brings up. Everybody goes from Control to this verse, as if the BT cipher never happened,
All right, I got
as
you. I
if
can answer that.
King Kunta never happened,
I
which
can
was an
answer that.
amazing record and was a diss record. People
Wait,
don't realize King Kunta was a diss record of Drake, but it was.
there's two
All right,
people talking.
this I am with the smoke, the one that's been
Okay, I
patient.
am with the smoke to be
Yes.
the only person speaking.
Appreciate that. First off, thank you for this room. And Rory, thank you for your take this morning for starting this whole conversation the right way. I definitely agree with you on Kendrick just jumping out of nowhere. Like I said, we enjoy all his music, but it's like grandma coming with that gift. You know it's gonna be a fire gift, but as of late, J. Cole and Drake is the aunties and uncles per se, or the uncles that got the Toys R Us gift card. You feel me? It's a couple more dollars on there if it's more to the moment. Um, I also feel like we looking at it backwards, and first person shooter was actually the charged up at this moment, and that's the reason why we have a response from Kendrick. It was them tagging up to see if they can get him out of his hiatus, which I feel like it worked, and they already have an angle. But Rory is also right with this being J. Cole's battle to lose because the only actual diss, which was not a diss, it was a friend experience, was false prophets. Anything outside of that, we haven't really seen him in an activated mode as the other two. Kendrick been letting it go every chance he gets, honestly. But he only has two actual moments, Control being the first one, and this one being the second one where he really is letting it be known like, hey, I stand by myself and I don't fuck with y'all and I'm better than y'all. So I feel like Drake has to withstand his position in this battle. J. Cole got the most to lose, and Kendrick has been anticipating this the whole entire time.
It's interesting you bring up false prophets. I actually forgot about that record in this entire timeline. I mean, I thought Wale's Groundhog Day reply was fire. Like, I actually still play that record just because I'm weird. But they ended up at the game courtside within like 2 hours.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I'll even say, and I promise this isn't J. Cole hate, I'm being objective. That seemed like moment what people would deem clout chasing now. I don't call it that, but I could see how someone could. He was
Watch him.
making a moment, and we should. Like, rappers should do that. But
Watch
One
him.
of the
you can't
weirdest
you can't
moments
you
ever.
can't do you can't do that. Like, you can't turn Jamaica Avenue into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and shoot at everybody, and then like now we're all friends.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
No, that was very accurate. That was probably the only
Julian,
tarnish
I'm
I
never
got
going to
on
be
J.
invited back
Cole.
to Eve's birthday parties.
I feel like that's the
Hey,
only
look,
tarnish
when the
on J.
time
Cole at
comes, I
that
don't know
moment.
you, Rory. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Nah, this is what rap's for, man.
We
If
never
rappers
went
get
together.
mad that we as fans want to fucking comment and talk about shit and have
Don't
an
get me
opinion,
kicked out of the green room in Dreamville.
Charcuterie. Then it's
Cole brought up some good points, but then when Wale shot back and brought up a lot of great points and brought up some industry plant shit, like, bro, I wasn't the golden child at Rock Nation, like you, I didn't get my fucking Nice Watch feature. Like, yeah, go back to Wale's Groundhog shit, back to that.
Oh, okay, but like we can also look at like longevity and stand the test of time. Like yeah, like come on.
No, I'm not.
Man,
I'm
nobody want to
saying,
hear that shit, man.
Thank you, Maul.
I'm saying
Welcome
he
back,
shot
buddy.
Maul. How? All right. If Cole shoots at Wale unwarranted when they were friends, and he fucking legitimately turns
It wasn't False
Jamaica,
Prophets mostly about Kanye anyway?
there was a Kanye verse, and then there was a Wale verse, and then Wale live, and then they were at the game. Even though Wale ended that verse with saying we're gonna be at the game tonight, like it felt like they had obviously talked about the shit in the group chat. But nah, you're not going to shoot at somebody unwarranted, and then they start bringing shit up about your career, and you being a little plantish, and you say nothing.
Maul, sorry, Rory, we're not gonna do it because we just saw Wale. Wale was at the birthday too. They're cool.
No, at the end of Groundhog Day, he said, "Cole, we gonna be at the game though," and then they showed up courtside. I think 1 hour after Groundhog Day, like it was a rollout with that whole thing. I'm speaking to Cole's battle-tested stuff. He jumped out the window and shot at Kanye and Wale, and then Wale replied with a lot of facts that were never retorted. He jumped out the window for what? Just to
For
show
fun.
Wale he's emotional, and then Wale starts breaking down facts and not feelings, and everyone's friends again?
Yes.
Just for
Okay.
that's it.
Cool. I thought we were here for the sport. I thought this conversation was about the
But
sport.
that is the sport. Some people take it personal and some people don't. He decided, I want to say what I want to say, and we're besties still.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just always here to big up Wale because I think he's like severely underrated, and that Groundhog Day shit is crazy.
Okay, so charcuterie. Dahlia than I am.
First of all, what's happening? Peace to everybody. Before I even start, I just want to say I want to give all praises to my Lord and Savior, Future Hendrix. The album was amazing. Um, second,
I
second of
love
all,
Future.
Man, cut the
yeah,
shit, man.
Future be
Cut this
praised.
shit, dog.
Give me some of
Second,
your favorite
sec,
teachings from the book of Future, the book of
uh,
He's
Hendrix.
for the streets.
Why is he your Lord and Savior? Come on, give
He's
me the
for
10
the
Future
commandments.
makes great music. Don't do that.
well,
I'm
yeah.
not saying he doesn't.
First of all, he got me through a lot of dark times. First of all, he told me dirt. Yeah, got me
My
through a
bad. I didn't
lot
mean
of
to laugh
dark
at you.
times.
Future
Spent
getting you
about
thought,
yeah.
yo,
I'm
Future
sorry, I
getting
didn't
you
mean to
through
laugh at
dark
you.
times is fucking crazy,
I was
Yeah.
gonna
man.
say
You
he was the
still in the
You
dark
make
soundtrack.
that
times.
type of
You haven't
you
Hey,
left
make
them.
that type of music that'll get you out of a dark time.
Future
first,
was the
yeah,
soundtrack to my
He
dark
put you
time.
Yeah, he'll
he
put you
put you
in a
deeper to
dark
the
time.
darkness.
God damn,
Like
that
the
was
fuck?
good.
let me tell you like this. I think 56 Nights crazy. All right. Back to what I was saying though.
That's like
With this,
40 days and 40 nights. I see where you're taking us.
yeah, but
It's like Lent.
yeah, but back to this though.
No, it's not.
Anyway though, when it co-
It's Future's Lent.
when it comes to hold on. Okay, I'll
Sorry.
be down there in a second. Bye. So what was I about to say? Yeah.
I don't know.
See, y'all
I can't
niggas done
wait.
made
I
me
can't
lose
wait
my.
to hear what you have to say.
I was trying to get this off before y'all goddamn just ran off with this shit. But so anyway, with this with Drake, Cole, and K Dot, personally, I'm loving this beef. I'm loving how this shit is sparking up. I love to see K Dot back in his element. You know what I'm saying? I think this is amazing. Really, we haven't had a lot of we to be honest, it's been a lot of bullshit going on. So yeah, this was the I feel like yeah, that first person shooter, yeah, that was cool. And then K Dot came with that barrage of insults due to our Lord and Savior Future on that album. You feel me? But most definitely, I think me personally, K Dot is the one. He's definitely that one. Then it's Cole. Then it's Drake. That's in my order. You feel me? Overly Dedicated is one of my favorite mixtapes. Then you got, of course, Section 80. That man just ran through that shit. We ain't even got to talk about Section 80. But yeah, other than that, like I said, when it comes to this, I really do think that K Dot's gonna come out on top. And for Big Sean, I hate that Big Sean had to drop right when this happened because we all feel like Dave Chappelle, who gives a fuck about what Ja Rule got to think about at a time like this. Like it's kind of fucked up. But shit, keep doing you, man. Drink your chlorophyll, eat your sea moss, man, and we still fucking with you. Shit, and I'm landing it
You know
right
what's
there.
you know what's crazy with Big Sean? He's proven his rhymes because he's been on that positive, like yo, speak things into existence. What you say and give to the universe will come back. He said on Thursday in a snippet, y'all so-called big three.
Mm.
And then 6 hours later,
Got boxed out of the conversation.
So, should we give Big Sean some credit for everything that he preaches about positive thinking, all his every book, every Dead Sea Scroll that he's read? Like he is correct. When you say something and put it in the universe, it is going to happen, and maybe we should put more respect on Sean's name. To say all that and then it happened 6 hours later. This is like when Hove used to drop anytime Nas wanted to do anything. Hove used to drop like on Nas's daughter's birthday. This is what it feels like. when it comes to Kendrick and Big Sean at this point.
Oh, I don't think anyone
Hey,
about your big shit. No one said anything. So, oh.
yes, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. Rory, Maul, Kier, what's going on? Tasty, what's up? But first and foremost, I want to thank you for allowing me to voice my opinion, and especially after Rory gave that beautiful uh, imaginary, definitely over exaggerated this. Drake is the best lyricist and the best artist out of the three. Where, I mean, art, right? I think Tasty asked, "Have you been to a concert?" And going to that Kendrick concert is life changing, right? It's the experience of the concert. I've been to the Drake concert. He talks a lot. He talks a lot of stories. Blah 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 blah. Snooze fest, right? Until he brings somebody out. I think that all three
That's
are
sick.
Yo,
extremely.
That's
calling Drake.
crazy.
That's
Wait,
sick.
hold on. You
That is
can't.
a sick amount of
Hold
disrespect.
on. You can't. How you gonna say snooze fest and just keep it going? Like that's
I'm
crazy.
just
Did you
saying.
did you
That
see
He
the
is
talk
scorp?
a
sick.
Did you
lot,
go to
right?
the
He rap
scorp?
a
Did you
lot,
go to
right?
the Scorpion show?
He rap a lot. Yeah, you know what I mean. He tell the
All due
stories.
respect to 21 Savage. What happened when 21 Savage came out during that show?
Yeah, I mean,
It was
we
Nigga
ain't
said
talking about
quiet.
yeah.
21
It
right
was
now.
Nigga said
quiet.
We ain't talking about
yeah.
21 right
No,
now.
I'm saying
You
you
know
want
what
to
I
disrespect
mean?
Drake.
No. It's not no
You
disrespect.
said it's not
I'm
cool
just
till
saying,
someone else
combine it,
comes
right?
out. Look what happened when
Right.
someone else came out. That shit was ass.
I know I'm talking about him bringing out J. Cole, obviously, the first time, and it being the shock value, right? Drake is dope, don't get me wrong, but it's that asterisk next to his name that we all understand why, right? K. Dot has been on his hiatus, right? But it's for what? I hear everybody mentioning his hiatus, but at the same time, they rank Andre 3000 top 10 of all time, and he drop a verse every 365 days. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he's
It's the
but he has that because of his track record coming from one of the best
I,
groups in hip
I
hop.
I
Like you're
get
not
it.
doing that.
And I get it. But we got to do the same thing with K Dot, where what he's doing, he's been calling these names out for years. I think somebody mentioned it before, the BET cipher. He's been barking up this tree. He's that you got to walk home from high school and you know goddamn well you got to walk past that fence where that big ass cane Corso is, and you go the opposite way. It's going to take you 15 minutes more to get back home. That's they avoiding K Dot. I believe Drake is for sure. He won't drop any name other than Serena, Riri, and whomever else. You know what I mean? He'll say a woman's name all day in the
All right,
paint.
what
Oh,
about when he
Serena,
went
get your
to?
husband.
Talk
What
about
happens when he went to Compton and said, "If I would have stayed conscious, I would have had all of your fans."
Saying
so
that, Compton.
he's giving
Who else
you like
living?
Eminem. He fights with the girlies.
Yeah,
You
he
calling
fight. He
game
fight
the
with the
girl?
women.
No,
He fight with the
Oh, okay.
women, right?
I was
So
talking
so so
about Drake.
I was
so
like,
so
that's fucked up.
therefore, what somebody else said, which I absolutely agree with, is that prize fight between Cole and K Dot. Like it's been brewing, right? You see the two boxers, you see Shakur, you see Devin, you see Tank. They all came up in the ranks around the same time. They all dapped each other up in the amateurs, and now all of a sudden, everybody wants to be the big dog. Everybody wants to be the champion. But at the same token, Drake got to understand that if he don't, everybody keeps giving him a pass. Oh, Drake ain't got to respond. Drake ain't got to respond. You beefing with Metro. Metro is Future little brother for one. We all know that since 56 Nights, that story of how that title of that album even came of. So that's his little brother, right? He's not going to allow Drake to continue to disrespect his little brother, and you play the key games, regardless of what they beefing over. To introduce K Dot and for K Dot to go that hard and Drake not make a peep, which right now I think he's in this he in a comfortable space right now. He's a little cocky right
It's
now,
been 3 hours.
more cocky than others. Hey, it's been 3 hours more. Rory, you from the old school. You know what it is. You know what I mean? He
Yo,
responded
Ether
faster.
came like 9 months after Takeover.
He responded fast to Meek. Did he not?
I know.
That was
Can you
that
give
was
him
a
a
couple
day?
days. That was a
I give him
couple days.
okay. I give him until Tuesday. You know what I
All
mean?
Nah,
right, that's cool.
but see,
But
I think the response to Meek was quick because I think that was more or less like the audacity of this dude to like even think that
Yup,
he's on
I
my
agree.
level. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
we're now
agree.
with Kendrick, he's a formidable opponent. So you got to take your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to
I
take
mean,
your time with him because it's
K
like,
Dot been calling for him though. Like say, I want you to say
yeah,
something.
but I'm
He
on
been
I'm on
bullying him.
tour right now. Like, what you want me to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the timing of this thing. Like, what you want me to?
That's perfect for me
You want me
though.
to get
Nah,
into this? Nah,
artist.
bro.
He
Nah,
finished all
bro.
the dogs on tour. He can't do a diss record.
Nah,
Yeah,
but no,
come on now.
but with a diss record it's a slight difference though. It's a slight
This I,
difference. It's a slight difference with a
He
diss
dissed
honestly,
record.
Rihanna on the road. He wrote that song.
I honestly think that Kendrick is
Rory.
the Bruce Wayne, right? He's the Batman of everything. He knows your weaknesses. You know what I mean? He's waiting and he's waiting for you to turn the other cheek, right? He's writing down all your weaknesses. He knows who you are. He know where your mama stay. He know where your grandmama stay. You know what I mean? He's Bruce Wayne, right? I want if Cole
Who
and
is Bruce
like
Wayne?
somebody else said, K Dot,
How?
absolutely.
How?
You know the story of Batman, right? Where he wrote down the weaknesses of all the Justice League,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked
I'm
him
aware of
why.
the story. No, I'm asking you
You know
why
what I
you
mean?
think he's that. I know the reference you're making. I'm asking why you
Yeah, yeah.
think K Dot
Yeah.
is
Well,
that.
he's that because he's had time to sit back and study and observe these dudes.
He's
He's
also
not as
not that.
active.
Exactly.
He's not as active. He's not, you know. So it's like, okay, cool. But that's what I'm saying. His opponents know that. Like, oh, you're prepared. Like you've been training. Like this is you want this moment. But it's like we wasn't training for like we were out here putting music out. We were touring. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. But we're gonna get to you though. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Like people want it to happen like tomorrow because we just fans and we want to hear it. But it's not. It's not gonna happen that fast. Like this is gonna be something that we're gonna have to sit and wait for.
Go
And to
ahead,
go
Doc.
back to
Oh,
his point quickly with the Andre 3000 thing and us respecting him and I like that Kendrick does disappear. He's one of the few artists that does that, and I respect it. I'm just saying we give Cole and Drake a lot of respect for adapting to this era because we've never seen legends have to have output in the era they were in. So I give Cole and Drake so much respect for having the output they have as legends and adapting to the era we're in. Like that's tough. I don't know if Hov could do that. I don't know if Nas could do that. It's unfair
You
to
don't know
say
if
because
Nas
they
could
were
do what or Hov could do what.
at the
Jay
peak
was
of their
dropping
career
the
to have
album.
the same output
He was
that
dropping.
Drake
Jay
and
was
Cole
dropping
have
an
to
album
have.
every year at one point.
Drake put out 5 albums in 2 years.
Yeah, but
I
that's because
respect it. Even if you don't like the albums, like I can respect a legend adapting to the times and staying outside. Like you've reached legendary
oh
status
no,
and
for
you're
sure,
not disappearing. Like and
for
even when
sure.
Cole, when he was in between albums, yo, for this entire year, I'm gonna hop on 15 features. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course they're coming from the Lil Wayne school in that regard of output. But yeah, I'm not discrediting Kendrick because he's not outside. Like I think people are getting that fucked up. I just really respect that Cole and Drake have adapted as legends to this era and are keeping up the way the internet age expects music. Like I think that's respectable, to be honest. I'm not saying Kendrick lose a point because of it. It's just I don't know. Don't shoot at people that are this active and think it's gonna be sweet.
I think it's so sweet. Dahlia Richard.
She said, "I
Hey,
think it's so
Kiara.
sweet."
And shout out to you for this. How are you?
Hi. It's not me. It's Rory. He wants to get roasted.
I cannot
What the
hear.
fuck is going
Mom,
on there, Rory?
Yo,
The jacket?
what you packing
no, I was on my bad. I was opening this bag. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's mom. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was the baby eating or something. But yeah, go ahead, Dahlia. Sorry.
Okay, that was to your point earlier, Kiara, and I know we were talking about it separately, but you know how you were saying, because we were surprised. I'm like, why Cole? Like, what the hell just happened? That shit shocked me. But you were like, well, he's linking up, with his enemy, and his enemy's enemy, I guess, is just like, if you're my friend, then you become my enemy type of situation. But ain't that just childish to y'all? Like, mind you, Cole didn't like switch up or anything, and this just recently happened. He came into this whole situation friends with both of them. Like, these are industry friends. They have good relationships. He has good relationships with both of them. Like, why just now? I guess to me, he didn't switch up or anything. You knew he wanted to do an album with Kendrick a long time ago, and now he's on tour with Drake. Like, I don't know. Like, what is it? Doesn't it just come off like a little mad? Like, and imagine Cole. I feel like Cole just got to wake up to this. Like, what the fuck? What is going on?
Man, Cole somewhere playing ball. He not even thinking about it. Like he gonna get to this when he ready to get to this. It's just funny hearing people say like that like Drake and Cole is scared of Kendrick, and I just don't know where they get that from. Like
Nah,
where
I
where
don't
do y'all
think I
get
don't
that
think they're
feeling from?
scared, but they're concerned.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't
Concerned.
think they are. I think
Yeah.
Cole is about to go on his festival. He about to drop the fall off. He's done
Yo, Maul,
everything. All of these runs
Maul,
up to this point to
you
cement
gotta.
his place.
What's so if he
Let the finish. It's Richard AB. But let people finish.
I just want drama to speak. It's not a Drake beef unless
I,
drama's involved.
I wanted to ride of what Dahlia said.
Yeah,
Um,
I got a question for the room. What's up, y'all? What's up, Rory and Mal? Do y'all think this is just a moment, or do y'all think this song is gonna play in the clubs and like it's gonna be outside?
Man, ain't nobody playing this record, man.
Yo, mama. I am a workout girly, and I love this in the gym today. I was pumping it. I was running on a treadmill. Like I like workout songs. So for maybe not the club, but for the bitches that work out and the men that work out, I think we'll be just fine. Like it's not everything need to be for a party.
Workout is
No,
different
I
from the
mean people
club,
gonna
though.
play it. People gonna play it somewhere, but I don't think that a DJ gonna have this in his set and think he gonna shake the room when he play it. Like
He gonna
For the
this
next
ass will
week,
take
for
this
the next
ass will
week,
take
yeah.
this.
Nah, I ain't talking about the next week. We all know it. That's just the moment. I'm talking about beyond the moment.
nah,
Nah,
this is
not
a
at all.
moment, bro. This is just for this moment. Niggas ain't really. This ain't gonna last. This ain't gonna last past. I say 2 months, maybe.
But
I
even that, like we know back to back played in the club for a while. Even if you
I
have a club
Back to
record that's
back
a
is an
diss,
anomaly.
I know, but I'm saying even now nobody plays back to back at the club anymore. It
No,
had
yeah
but
its
if they did, everybody would sing it word for word, though.
for
yeah
sure.
Oh,
I
for
just don't think.
sure.
Oh no, you're not
I
wrong at all. I just
think
don't.
that
That
there's
moment
different
passed
places.
too. Like that was the
But
epitome of I've created a hit record that's also a diss, but it's still a diss, so it only
but
has so many legs.
but okay, but Maul, but beyond just the Kendrick bars, like you don't think the song itself is a like they made that song for people to hear, like not
I
beyond the
think it would
moment.
mix
Like
well
they
with.
put
I think it's a cool record. It's
That
not a
record hard.
terrible record, but I just don't see. I just don't see people. Because when you go out and you at a party or whatever, it's like you kind of anticipating hearing, you know, certain records. I don't think after 2, maybe 3 months, the most people going out, they're not going to anticipate this hearing this record.
It's still a good record though.
It
Yeah,
is a
it's not
Like
future
bad.
song.
I
It's not
actually
bad.
like the song. And as someone that's not like Future's not like my go to. I like his hook a lot on it. Like I think Metro smoked that sample. Like it's a good fucking song.
It's a
That's
Now
what
good
I was.
record.
I
I
think
don't know if
that
I'd ever listen to it without that Kendrick verse to be honest, but that's just
It's
not
a
my
good
shit.
song.
So
It's a good record, but the moment is bigger than the record.
oh
But
of course.
I think the song without the
Does this kill
record.
Metro and Future's album? That's
But I
another
think
topic.
no, I think that the song, if you listen to it without Kendrick, it's a good club song. I think it's fine. It's just that the Kendrick moment took
I
over.
agree.
It, it's a
I was
hot
gonna say the Kendrick part made it not a club song.
yeah, like
Kendrick doesn't have a
We
clubby
saying
Dog, nobody
voice.
jams to Kendrick Lamar at the club unless it's
He
that
doesn't have
alcohol
a
song.
club
Let's keep it a
voice.
buck.
Yeah, it's too. I'm not trying to think right now, bro. Like
I was dancing to King Kunta at some
It's
club.
not. It's not Kingdom Bars though.
First, dancing to King
nah.
Kunta is fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
I
First
mean
and
that's
foremost, like
They played it, and I was like, "Oh, I know this song." That's it. Just I'm gonna be honest. But if anything a DJ plays, it could be terrible. Personally, for me, I'm gonna dance to it. I'm gonna have
all
fun
right,
regardless.
all right,
I
yeah.
think
So see, you come
well,
on,
that's good to know.
you
Yeah.
dancing
but
this bullshit. Like we know that now. All
Maul
right, cool.
I
Maul,
danced
we
to R2. It was bullshit. It's just I'm gonna have fun regardless.
No,
That's
I
it.
respect that. I respect that. But all right, okay,
I
I get
think
it.
I think Kendrick does a good job making a moment because he is gone for so long. But that's just more so about like Metro doing his best to shoot at Drake. Because outside of that, like Kendrick wasn't really coming that cold. If he was tiptoeing, and I don't even think he would go at Cole like that anyway. It's like Cole been dropping all these phenomenal verses and features, and it's like now you decide to show up. It's like a Stone Cold moment. Like,
Let's just be real. Kendrick Lamar's looking for attention. He's gonna say that this is not a diss, like he did on Control. He's gonna be like, I just wanted to bring out the best in you. He likes to
That's
throw
not
rocks
true.
and hide his hands, and that's
Yo, look,
exactly what Kendrick Lamar's
it's a
gonna
let me
do.
diss
ask
for
y'all
sure,
something.
but I
Wait,
feel
Y'all
like
what?
he
really,
did. I
y'all
felt
think
like
you just
he
gonna
did it. I felt
When
like
have
he
you
did
ever
it
done that?
more.
One at a time.
I felt like he did that more as a favor to Metro than him wanting to actually do that.
What?
What?
You think he owes
He did get paid to get
Metro
on
a
the track.
favor?
They paid Kendrick Lamar to get on that track.
Bro,
No,
That's
is
not
no.
how
that you
that
think
works.
Kendrick Lamar took a
Metro,
hit on that?
Supreme
hey,
Yak.
y'all
he did
tripping.
that for
Now
Supreme
you
Yak.
tripping.
If
That is
Kendrick.
Y'all are just saying
crazy.
What
anything
I
right now.
So they didn't pay Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick
No, no,
Lamar
no,
did
no.
that
So
verse
what
for
No,
I'm
free.
saying is,
no, yes, 100%. Yes, 100%.
is that verse is not nothing super crazy. It's a good moment. I feel like if Kendrick wanted to do it, he can do it way better than that. If that's exactly what he wants to do, he can do it
No,
way better than that.
Well,
he
that
took
That's
a
was
all I'm saying.
Yo,
strategic
y'all
moment
think
where
y'all
Metro
really?
is beefing with Drake and Future is beefing with Drake. So he did it to make a moment with two people that already dislike Drake. The intro to the album is a shot at Drake. Kendrick was strategic there. To think that he got paid, like, what do you think Kendrick Lamar's verse fee is? You think he charged Metro Boomin
Man,
and Future
hell no.
for a fucking verse?
Fuck no.
You think
Niggas don't
Kendrick
pay
Lamar
for
did that song
verses.
for free?
Yes.
Bro,
Yeah,
yes.
he
Are you
did that.
1000%.
crazy, bro?
Yes.
You don't
Are
Yes.
even
you
You think
crazy?
Kendrick
I'm
wouldn't even
crazy
know
right now?
what would Kendrick even charge? Like what is
Yeah,
like
like tell me the
that's a
number.
fucking crazy like what does that number
Nigga,
look
J.
like?
Cole charges for features. Everybody charges for features. What do you
That's
J.
mean?
not
You
Cole
got
does
true.
not
cold
charge for
He's
twisted.
features
denied
right
You
that.
now.
got cold twisted. Like
Like,
yo, you're
that is
bugging.
God. That is
Bro,
such
So are
you
a
you
are
saying
like,
that Future and
that
Metro
is
can't
such an
afford
inaccurate.
A
Nobody's
Kendrick Lamar
saying
feature,
that.
and Kendrick had
Nobody's
to throw them a
saying that.
bone?
Nobody's saying that. I'm saying that it's a mutual respect between all of those individuals that worked on that record that were in that studio to where money is not a thing for them. That's not a thing for them. Like
Yes.
these gentlemen are all in a different space in their life where it's not that's not they're not charging if they're working with each other, it's because they have a genuine respect and they know what each other can bring to a record. And that's what it's off of. It's not off of send me like what would a Kendrick verse even cost?
well, that's
Like
what I
what are
want
we
to ask.
talking about?
I want this gentleman to
500K.
no, give me top three.
500K. Come on,
Drake,
man.
Cole, Kendrick. What do you think the prices of each of their features are? I would love to hear.
That's not a thing anymore. Like
Of
these
course it's
type
not.
of these
That's
type of
why.
artists, they're beyond that. They're beyond giving a verse for money, like to an artist. Like it's beyond that.
especially one that's on like
I don't think a lot of people
their
know that
level,
though.
one that's in a similar tier. Not saying like Future is standing toe to toe with them niggas, but it's the fact that hey, we came up in the game, we both had our runs, et cetera, et cetera. It's a mutual respect thing, bro. Like you take points on records, you get a percentage of a record. You don't charge niggas. You're not charging Future for a verse. That's not what's going on.
Definitely not charging. Kendrick is definitely not charging
Dog, if
anybody
you
for a verse.
even with points publishing, anytime Cole, Drake, or Kendrick do a feature, they are not even looking at the pennies in comparison they're making,
But the record labels are,
even off the
the
back end of that
distributors
shit.
are, Apple Music is. I mean, we're not. We act
Yeah,
like
but
these
I
niggas
mean,
are all independent. They're not. They're not independent
oh,
artists
I'm
that make their own
They
independent
they
decisions.
also
I'm
they
not I'm
also
not
There's a
they
disagreeing.
machine pushing them.
they also do trade ins for verses and stuff. Like there's plenty of other things, and they do to like not. Some people do charge for a verse, and some people don't. Cause like, nah, you do my song, I'll do your song. So it's like maybe future, cause that future Black Panther song with Kendrick was fucking fire, and I kind of wish they would do more of that too. So, I think that well, I don't know because I'm not Rory. But I'm gonna just guess that some people just trade. I think that's a common practice as well. Instead of taking a payment, hey, you do my song, I'll do your song. It might not come out, but one song might, or both come out. Like I think that happens a lot in the industry, and I'm just here guessing because I don't know shit. But I have seen people trade for verses. They've said it, so yeah.
I can assure you that Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole have not charged for a feature since maybe 2010.
Let Richard go. Richard, go ahead. Oh, Richard, sorry, he don't want to talk.
No, I'm here.
I wanted to bring up one point because I like to look at things from a historical standpoint. Um, Hove, Pac, and Nas is my comparisons to to Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. And I say Drake is Pac, Cole is Nas, and Kendrick is Jay. And I say Kendrick is Jay because they both came in independent and they left independent. Um, and in so many words, I say Drake is Pac because he sounds the same every time I hear him. And of course, Cole has always acknowledged Nas as his mentor, and they both artistically have grown as they've as their careers have flourished. Um, with that being said, um, I
Let me
feel
let me ask you something. You think that Kendrick raps better than J. Cole?
Kendrick no,
Okay.
and I would say Jay don't rap the same as Jay don't rap better than Nas. I mean,
Okay.
Nas is acknowledged, Jay is acknowledged, taking his style. I mean, if Kendrick was to take Cole's style, I mean, we'd be having a different conversation. But my point with Cole, I feel like Cole has already replied to Kendrick with his I might delete volume one. And which one you want, banana or apple? Make a choice. All right. And so
Look at the father.
the
Space.
um the difference between the two, no, oh, my point. Powered up. I feel like Cole already answered Kendrick and powered up. If that was for Kendrick, it could have been for Big Sean, but I think that this whatever's going on, what would be beautiful, just for the sake of the culture, is if Cole just admitted that he did something at his festival and put Kendrick on the screen and let him have it. I don't know, because in reality, Kendrick really the one that gotta show us he can stand toe to toe. I don't think it's the other way around. That's all I wanted to say.
AB.
Yo, Rich, how can you stand toe to toe with niggas if they don't want to respond to you?
Sorry, because I'm trying to circulate everyone. I could bring him back.
All right, this
Well,
is for
yeah,
Maul and Rory anyway.
elaborate on what you just said.
Rory or Maul, right? Rory or
Mm.
Maul. If 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 I'm sending shots at you, I'm saying your name directly. And I've been doing this on multiple occasions, numerous occasions. This is not subliminal shots. I'm saying your names, and you don't respond. Is it not fair to say and conclude that you guys are afraid to respond to me?
No, I don't think that's fair to say. I think sometimes you just get to a point where you feel like certain people or certain shit just doesn't warrant my response. Like, especially if
Fair.
I'm in a space where I'm like, I feel like number one, I'm better than you. Like if I'm because we don't know where these gentlemen are ranking themselves. Like I'm gonna guess they're all feeling like they're the number one, right? So if I feel like I'm top dog, like I don't move when you try to engage me and make me move. Like I move when I'm ready to move
So
because
so
I feel
here's
like I'm
what.
top dog.
So here's where that gets a little bit screwed up because he just recently responded to NBA YoungBoy, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't. But that's different. He was more so clearing up something, saying like
But you
because he
see
saw
how
the
what you
internet
just
trying to create a beef. Like he's like I don't
right,
got beef with
but you
him.
see what you just did right there, right? You just found the answer for why he did respond to him, right? Why did Drake also jump at it and respond to Meek?
Well, I
According
feel
to
like
your answer,
I feel like that was more so like he was. Drake felt like dog, what? Like you? Like nah. Like you can't stay in your place, fam. That was just a little light spanking real quick 2-pack. Like, yo, go sit down somewhere.
So that
And he
wasn't
was
like
prepared. He was
that was an
prepared for
entire.
that. That didn't
So
come out
hold
of
on, hold on,
nowhere. He knew that
That
was
didn't that
coming.
didn't take
hold on,
that didn't take much
hold,
preparation though.
hold
Drake
on,
would
hold
have
on,
looked
hold on, hold
nuts
on.
if you say
Let's
I have
just
a ghostwriter and then you don't reply. Nah,
And
Drake
he
would have
saw
looked
it
crazy.
coming.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
hold
the
on,
part
y'all.
they
I just want to
always leave out.
hold on, y'all. I just want to add to that. So if you telling me this was just a light spank, mind you, these were verses and records that was ready to go. Meaning it looked like he'd been ready for Meek to jump. He was prepared for this moment. He even said it
He
in records.
definitely was
Hold on, hold
prepared
on,
for the
hold on, hold
moment.
on, hold on. Let me just finish. He even said it on records that he wanted this moment. This is a moment for him. He explained that this wasn't no moment of, oh, he a peon. Nah, this is this is my peer. I'm about to go for him, and I'm gonna take advantage of this moment. So Maul, you can't pull that and say that answer because you can't say that. Drake already said it on record. This is a peer of mine, and this is a moment for me. He already said that. Now I say
But
that
yeah,
to
but
come
the
back
reason,
to
but you missing the point behind it all though. It was because of what was at question in the moment. His pen was in question.
all right. So if you're talking about you're the number one, right? We're talking about this big three, right? Everyone, you just said it. Everyone think they're number one, or I would assume
Mm-hmm.
they believe that they're number one, which
Mm-hmm.
means if another person, which is not a peon, this is Kendrick Lamar we're talking about, comes
Mm-hmm.
out and says you're trash. Now, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying this is exactly what he said, but I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
he said it on a control verse. Yo, I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to get rid of all you niggas. I
Mm-hmm.
feel I'm number one, and I'm saying y'all names,
And then
and
he
y'all don't.
proceeded. And then he proceeded to not get rid of nobody. Like this.
No,
Like
but
who did he get rid of?
here's what I'm saying though. That's not my point. My point is y'all niggas haven't responded. Y'all quick to respond to everybody else. To this day, he's still saying y'all names. Now this record, which I got a question for both you and Rory. This record, if Cole and Drake don't respond, is it fair to conclude these niggas is scared to reply to Kendrick? Is that fair to say? Can fans be like, oh, he's definitely
I mean,
this
they doing
concludes
it.
it?
They say it. They say it now, which I don't understand. But I mean, I just feel like they will respond. Like I feel like it's now. It's like okay, we
All right,
have to
so
respond to him because he obviously wants this issue. But I just don't feel like it's going to be when the fans want it to drop tonight, tomorrow, like that. And I don't feel like it's that. I just
yeah,
don't.
but
I feel like it's going to take a
that's
while.
that's hip hop lovers. They're gonna always this is hip hop. They're gonna want a quick response because that content rules. But I guess my thing for you is because it sounds like that's what's been happening all these years. People have been making an excuse for Kendrick and Drake, knowing that y'all been running around saying y'all number one. You the best rapper, best rapper. Cole, especially Cole. I'm a super Cole fan. But if you're screaming this and there's another peer elite rap like peer of yours that's
Hmm.
saying you are not number one. I am. And you still
Hmm.
haven't said nothing to him. I have to sit back. We have to sit back as fans and analyze what's going on. That's like
But
Hove.
according
Now, when
according to
that
some
was
of y'all,
happening,
y'all feel like Drake and Cole have been dropping bars aimed at Kendrick. Like y'all feel like that. Maybe it wasn't a whole record
this,
dedicated to it, but I mean, I feel like on some level there's been some responding going on.
yeah, but that's all subliminal records. That's not what Kendrick is doing. Kendrick is not throwing out subliminal at these niggas. He's not sitting there and throwing like one liners of
I don't
you
did
gotta
Kendrick. I
dice.
don't.
But
But
Kendrick
now
has
that I'm
said
thinking about it,
Cole's name.
Kendrick hasn't said. Did he say Cole and Drake's name in this joint? I don't think
I
so.
was waiting for him
He
to finish.
I might cut out, but Kendrick has said Cole's name one time in his entire
Yeah,
career
I was waiting.
on
I didn't want to
Control.
interrupt. But
I
since
don't
when has
understand
Kendrick
that.
been running around saying everybody's name?
Yeah, Kendrick
so
hasn't. Kendrick didn't say Drake and Cole. And now he said big nigga. Fuck the big three is big me. That bar is terrible to me. But whatever, y'all can eat it up. Like I'm just like, okay, so obviously we know who he's talking about because we know who we refer to as the big three. But we not gonna make it seem like he like, yo, Drake six God, you six. Whatever. He ain't. He not doing that. He's not
what I'm
doing that.
saying, what I'm saying to you is this hasn't been. These not subliminals. You got to sit and deeply dissect.
No, for sure, for
I don't
sure.
know
We
who.
know who he's talking to.
This we all know who you're talking about, and you have said their names already in the past. They didn't respond. They have not responded. So I'm gonna continue. He continued to shoot shots at them same niggas, clear shots. These are not words you got to break down and go on Genius and try to figure out. No, these are direct shots. at these two niggas, and he's been doing that for years. Now again, that's why my other question for you is, then I'll probably stop because I could go on all day. But is in this particular verse, what is he doing now that's different that y'all expecting a response now that he didn't do before? What's different now than he did before? That he didn't do before? What makes you think these niggas gonna
Well,
respond now?
I think. Well, personally, I just feel like, again, I think those two, Drake and Cole, I think that they're just at a point where now it's like, okay, we'll entertain this. We'll get in the ring with him because he's been calling for it. He obviously
Why
really
now?
wants
Then?
this. He really wants this thing. So okay, then let's have the moment. But
More the
I'm just
nigga
interested
been.
to see. I'm just interested to see how it unfolds if they sit and make Kendrick wait too long. Because I know Kendrick, he's thirsty to put out the next record. He can't wait to release the next one.
For
But I feel
about
like they're
10,
gonna
10 years now, he been waiting. I
yeah. But
guarantee it, for about 10 years.
I feel like now he's gonna get the energy and the response that he's been fishing for. I just feel like this is at a moment where it's like, all right, enough is enough, and we just gotta especially Cole.
I hope
We
so.
gotta
I
see
hope
Cole.
so. I'm with you on that more. I hope so. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I just know there's nothing different from now from what Kendrick been doing. He's been coming at these niggas' heads. What makes now different than
I
before?
respect it though. Listen, I respect the nigga, seeing you in the club and you know what I'm saying, if he got an issue with you slapping the bottles off your table. I respect that. Like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you want that static. I respect it, but I just think that people are not respecting Drake as a rapper enough. And I mean, I think people respect Cole, but we haven't seen him engage in that kind of a back and forth. So, that's up to question. We've seen Drake do it, but I think it's gonna be fun to watch and witness, and
I
we'll
think
just
at
have to
this
wait and
point,
see.
in their careers, I don't think as a rap fan, no one can really say that these three are not elite. I believe in our generation, and you probably compare it to past generation and say these guys are like amongst some of the best rappers of all time. And
Agreed.
that's not a debate. I think I think this is a great moment in hip hop. I think it's dope. This conversation is dope. We haven't, we rarely do these conversations, and this is what hip hop used to be. People used to pick
Yeah.
out whose verse is better. Yo, I think this person, like, we talking about top threes right now. We're not even talking about record sales. We talking about like rap right now. And
Yeah,
this
we
is
talking about
amazing
skill
because,
level and just,
right, this is amazing
guys
to
that have
see.
been at the top for a minute. But I just, I just like hearing and watching and reading people's.
I will leave off with this note. If they don't respond, more and Rory, these niggas is scared, bro. That's my last response.
I don't agree with that.
I agree with them though. Even if they're not
Okay.
scared, if they don't reply, yeah, you look scared.
Yeah, I
I
get
don't
like,
think they're
yeah, sure.
scared,
Optically, you
but
look scared,
yeah,
but Maul
Yeah,
brought this up in
my
like the
shit went out.
first.
My bad.
Maul brought this up in like the first like hour of this call, of this spaces, when he said if they don't reply, then I think it's more interesting to see what Kendrick does. What will Kendrick do? Will he go away for 4 more years, or will he
Nah, he
continue to
can't.
shoot?
He can't. No, I think Kendrick. I think this is his way of kind of letting on his way of letting us know that he's moving around. He's active. He's obviously he has a clip loaded. I think that's his way. This is his way of letting us know that.
Can I ask a random question that has to do with this, but not really? Um, the I was getting into it with people of who number four is. Obviously, to me, the three are the three, and I had mentioned Nicki Minaj. I can't remember why the person was telling me no. But for whatever reason, she's a girl or she's not, and it wasn't even like another guy, but. I wanted to know who you guys would place if I know the conversation happens all the time, but which person would you put right underneath these three people?
Big
Future,
Sean.
Future.
future,
Kanye, Future, and
Roy,
Nicki
future.
Minaj.
this is
Kanye
Did
Kanye
we
does
forget
not.
about Kanye?
For the
Kiara.
Yeah.
tens is
We just
future.
had
For the tens is future.
the episode that Roy was alluding to earlier that we recorded before this even all happened. We recorded on Wednesday, and we had this
Thursday.
very conversation. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, it was Thursday.
It's our Patreon that comes out on Monday. Subtle plug. But we had this conversation, and it was like, again, before the album, before all this happened.
No. Let's not talk about. Go listen to the Patreon.
No, I mean, no, it's cool.
Because future, no, it's fine. There's way more that we can talk about now.
Yes.
Because obviously with this context, I think it changes stuff. But we said Future in the room, and that's who I think is. That's my 4.
I think 4 and 5 are Future and Nicki.
I have a question. Where do y'all put Kanye?
I say Big Sean.
Kanye not a part
Kanye
of
different generation.
We were talking
Kanye's
this generation.
back.
Oh, you're talking about generations.
Yeah. The Drake Cole.
Wait, what generation would you put Kanye in? With Jay?
Before this generation rock.
I would
50
Wayne,
Luda, Nelly.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, that.
You put him with Luda and Nelly?
I'm saying that generation is where I would
Gotcha.
put him in a comparison if we're doing that era top 5 thing.
I only brought him up because he's still active, but that makes sense.
No, I mean Jay is still active, but you couldn't put Jay in the Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Nicki,
Yeah, I understand.
Future, Travis Scott world. It's like that's not even fair.
For sure.
Jen Joe, you have something you wanted to say, and then what?
No, I really just wanted to. Originally, that's what I came up here for, because I was going to put my Big Sean cape on. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm like probably one of like the biggest Big Sean fans that there is. You know what I'm saying? Like I crash out over my guy for sure. But just going throughout the history of the decade and everything like that, and how everything is played out, like
crashing out over a nigga that don't know you is sick.
that's my guy. You feel me?
People crash out over you. It's sick. Yes.
That's sick.
Anybody crashing out over me, please get some help. Get
I've definitely seen it. I've definitely seen it.
They crashed out over Jesus.
You have, and they're mean. They're nasty men that you wouldn't even want to be around, but they love you so much they're willing to die over you. So yeah, they'll crash out.
I think
it's like it's more so like a follower thing, like being somebody who's been following, you know what I'm saying, his career since the beginning. Out of nowhere one day on Twitter, like it was just a joke to like make fun of him, and out of nowhere it's everybody more so just wanted to get in on the joke, and then next you know was like he's corny type of thing, and it's like people just ran with it, and it's like people would just make jokes just to make jokes without even really listening to what he's saying or listening to the music, where it was just pissing me off because I'm like, just the bar he's rated on is like so different. Like there's so many bars, like especially like the top 3, they can say that Sean can say the exact same line, same cadence, everything. But if Sean said it's like, oh, that's trash, get that out of here. It's like, yo, like my thing is like keep a fair playing field, especially like when you look at throughout the entire like decade. There was a certain moment in time where like he was easily like 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Especially like throughout the decade and stuff like that. Right after Detroit, like early on, even before like Forest Hills Drive, especially in that time.
2 or 3.
You saw what happened?
2 or 3.
Especially before Forest Hills Drive, like Cole had Born Center, but like even when it comes to like hit records and everything like that, stuff he was doing with good music, the Good Fridays, everything like that. I feel like
he was too, because he dropped a record called Ass,
which was a sample off of Lil Wayne, and also was another hit record, a club record that still gets played this day. You know what I'm saying? Like a DJ, like I still be playing that shit. That shit still hits. And by the way, also DJ Drama, that Future song like that, Kendrick's verse won't be played, but for sure that just the beat alone, and that first verse by Future definitely will be played. I heard it last night in the club. People was rocking. I'm gonna play it again tonight. I
agree.
Also like people have been taking it out.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I know.
You feel me?
I just want to see what Maul was going to
like,
say.
you feel me? Like, I've been trying some shit. I put, like, the Yeah Glow stems with the, like that. Yeah, that shit gonna go.
Yo, Drum, don't do that, man.
You're not gonna let him do the Yeah Glow stems with the
like that?
The like
you
that?
Feel me? Like, that shit rocking. But, like, that.
You're not gonna let him blend those BPMs?
Just so y'all know, y'all are sleeping on Yeah
You're
Glow.
You're an asshole, Rory.
For Song of the y'all are sleeping on Yeah Glow for Song of the Summer as well. People are loving that song too. But yeah, Yeah Glow is the shit.
Yeah, it's definitely fourth quarter material for sure. So, but like,
so what you just said though, I know we're plugging this Patreon shit again.
That Cash Cobain record is Summer of the Year. Song of the Summer.
Mo, I'm not listening to anything you say. You're out of touch with reality.
Damn.
Nah, but Fisher is the club record right now. That is the one right
All
now.
right, so if I catch you dancing and turning up to the record, what we
I
gonna
could
say then?
dance to it, but it still doesn't mean the song of the summer, Mo. That's not how it goes. You cannot dictate it. You live in a different world than the people that are outside partying. Like you're not partying, so you wouldn't know what that song is. I love you though, but you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, the people definitely gonna choose a song of the
What was you
Damn,
summer.
saying, Rory?
you think I'm not capable of knowing what song of the summer is? Damn.
I think every year that I've listened to a podcast that you've said it, it's never been that one.
So
The last
I
time you
get
were
this.
right was
This
with
the
Pop
whole.
Smoke.
This is the whole Patreon episode that we
This
getting
is
now.
literally our
Yeah.
Patreon.
All right.
Yeah.
So back to what homie said. I said when Sean put that snippet out, I said, "Yo, Drake rapped all these lyrics. This would be the greatest shit ever to y'all." Maul said it would be a timestamp, so I agree with what he said. Then also, Maul brought up this Fisher record as song of the summer, and we was like, "Yo, we don't really know." And then we looked up how the kids are reacting to it. Like Maul's right. That
Yeah.
record is gonna go like we stood corrected
You
immediately.
could defend him, but I'm not buying it yet.
Oh no!
Well,
If you
no, no,
listen
you
to
can
our
see it in the
Patreon, I
episode.
had so much pushback, and
We were
then once
shitting
we
on
did
him.
our research, I was like, "Shit, he's right."
Yeah, Cash
Yeah,
Code
all
Bang,
right.
he got it right now. Everything he
Y'all gonna see.
produces is going in the clubs for sure. That
That
fits
song's going crazy.
the danks with it too. The fact they got the danks.
Y'all go.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about what PR is saying. Man. I'm not listening to y'all.
What's that one song, Maul, that Drake he did for Drake? What's that shit called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Cash record.
I don't know what you're talking.
The beat.
Are we having technical
Ma-
difficulties? What's going on?
Maul is eating, I think. Wes, go ahead.
What's the word? I a lot has been said since I've been up here, but when I was coming up here, I wanted to touch on just the stance between the three and like the Kendrick shit. Kendrick is great, you know. Rory said some things about Cole though, and him having I like correct me if I'm wrong. You said something about you feeling like he had more to prove in this situation than the other two because they've been in beefs before.
No, I was saying Drake has the least to prove because he has been. Kendrick was the one that jumped out the window and said, "Let's do this." So he has just as much to prove, but at least he jumped out the window and said, "Cole, I'm ready to dance." So yeah, I
Um,
think right now, by far, Cole has the most pressure.
See, for me, I think Cole is proven so much as a rapper over the last since 2018. Because that's really when his feature run started. I
My bad.
Damn, what type of shit is
Yeah,
that?
goddamn.
My bad. My bad. My bad. I clicked the button by accident. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Julian, calling for you,
Uh,
calling for you, Julian.
Nah, you
uh,
good.
yeah,
I was
go ahead.
just
What?
I was just
What?
saying that I think he's proven so much since 2018 as an MC. And he was already like goaded, but he took it up another level. Like, and I think most, if not everybody, can acknowledge he's going to another level since I say For Your Eyes Only, as far as his pen, and since KOD, as far as his pen, etc. So I think while your beef point is valid, him not really diving in those waters frequently, I just think that he's on a tier with the other two, like, and I'm ready to spar if necessary. And then for the Kendrick shit, it's like respect to him, all time great. Nobody could ever take anything away from him. But when we talk about like AB, I hope he's still in here. When he was speaking on people being scared, I don't think it's that at all. I don't think anybody is scared of Kendrick in terms of the ones who are like on his tier, Drake, Cole. I don't think they're scared of him at all. I think what it really is control. He threw stones, but then while throwing those stones, he was like, I mean, it's just love, it's competition. And that's another like that's a part that nobody ever brings up when they bring up control. Even in the verse, he talks about how I got love for you niggas. It's just comp. In interviews, I got love for them. It's just comp. It's no beef. It's just comp. rap is a sport. Yeah. So it was never supposed to go to a certain level. Everybody is like, it was supposed they kind of tucked their tails, and it wasn't that. He just it wasn't there was no malice there. There wasn't really beef. And then over the years, yeah, he's going at Drake. I think Drake has had other priorities, and I kind of think Drake plays him to the left at times just because I don't really care to do this. I don't think you when it comes to the like success of our careers from a popularity standpoint, it's just no point. I don't gain anything from going at it with you. I think he's felt that before in his career. I think it's different now, like Maul said though. I think they're all on the way out. And I think we're primed for a crazy summer. I think it's about to get real wicked, and I'm excited for it. But I think that all in all, man, Kendrick is fair to respect him, but I promise you, Cole can rap with that nigga, Drake can rap with that nigga. None of these niggas lack anything when it comes to skill. So everything I've seen on the TL about how Kenny is clear first, not so fast, man. He makes great bodies of work, and he deserves all the praise and credit he gets for that. But when it comes to pinning some shit, they're all in that same class. None of them lack anything skill wise to go toe to toe with the other, and it's all about like assuming it gets salacious, who has the most shit in their bag to go at another nigga. And hopefully it doesn't for these three. Cause I just think they're above that. I hope they just keep it to bars and trying to make witty flips as opposed to airing out dirty laundry and shit like that.